Hello everyone, welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS. Friends, we have successfully completed our UPSC Civil Service Preliminary Examination on Sunday. Hope you have all done your paper very well. I probably think the CSAT paper for this year was very easy paper compared to the effort what all the aspirants have put in the last 2 years because of the unconventional papers which included topics like probability, permutation combinations and those related topics including the sets which were very hard for us to solve. And it was always dependent on the passages, and there were students who focused more on passages. There were also students who were missing out because passages were not always reliable and put effort on maths. And for all those aspirants who put enough efforts, this paper was a relief, and this paper was a wonderful paper for you to clear an exam of UPSC Civil Services. Today, my friends, in this session, we'll be discussing with respect to UPSC Civil Services CSAT paper, that is paper 2 of your preliminary exam, in detail. That is, we'll only discuss the solution of each and every problem and each and every passage. With respect to the passages, I have few doubts, few aspects that where I feel it might or it might not be correct. But we always try to give you the nearest approach, but we also try to give you the exact answer so that you can be confident enough in these 2 weeks of time where you can get your preliminary results. So we'll start our session with a set of paper of CSAT 2024. Okay, just look at the first question. This is a passage. Let's go through the passage very fastly so that we can skim and underline few points. Today, if we consider the cities such as New York, London, Paris as some of the most iconic cities in the world, it is because plans carry a heavy systems approach were imposed on their precedents. The backbone of the systems theory is the process of translating social, spatial, cultural desirables into the mathematical models using computing, statistics, optimization, and algorithmic way of formulating and solving problems. The early universities of the West, which began to train professionals in planning, spot some of the most ingenious planners who were experts in these domains. The domains are whatever you are given. This was because these very subjects were observed into the planning curriculum that was in its roots in the social sciences, geography, architecture. Planning in India and its education differ from the West. Okay, so the total passage is, when you observe, when you read the nature of the passage, it is totally talking about planning and the ways of approaching the planning, the technologies or whatever the systems you are using in the planning. And at last they have just compared the planning of West. When you compare to the planning of West, the planning of India is very different. They said very different. Okay, those words are very important. Now, let's read the questions. Which of the following statements best reflect the most logic and rational inference that you can be made from the above passage? The word he used here is inference. Okay, inference is nothing but the nearest conclusion of the passage, or what did you understand from the passage is your inference. What did you infer? That is, what did you understand? Okay, let's read the options. Curriculum for urban planning courses should have diverse and interdisciplinary approach. Yes, the total passage was based on systems approach, which included studies such as making algorithms and etc. Yes, the passage is talking about the subject, but your responsibility should be to read all the questions in the passage or the options in the passage. Next, in India, city administration is under bureaucracy. Nowhere in the passage the word bureaucracy or the words related to bureaucracy or something which is related to the Indian bureaucratic system and urbanization and city administration and bureaucracy were nowhere discussed. So eliminate this option. In India, the management of urban area is a local affair with a chronic problem of insufficient fund. Nowhere we discussed about insufficiency of funds in India. Nowhere we discussed about the chronic problems of urbanization and urban areas are a local affair. Nowhere. So this is also wrong. With high density of population and widespread poverty in our urban areas, planned development is very difficult. Nowhere we discussed about the issue of density and poverty of India with respect to urban planning in the passage. Nowhere we spoke about such words. The passage was whole and soul based on the approaches of urban planning. How the developed cities have shown us the solution that how planning should be done for urbanization. This was the crux of the passage. So even this is wrong. So your ultimate answer for this and a sure answer for this is curriculum for urban planning courses should have diverse and interdisciplinary approach is your answer. Okay. Next. We'll go for the next question. Based on the above passage, following assumption. Friends, whenever you see a word called assumption, your responsibility should be what the author has assumed before he started writing this passage. Assumption is the assumption of the writer. That's what you have to imagine. Okay, what are the assumptions have been made? Okay, let's hope you are able to see this. Okay, now India needs a new generation of urban professionals with knowledge relevant urban practice. One option. Indian universities at present have no capacity or potential to impart training approach. Nowhere we discussed about the capacity of Indian universities. At last we said the study of the West when compared to the India is very different. Or in India, the study is very different, but we did not say at present they are having no capacity. That is nowhere discussed. And new generation of urban professional with knowledge relevant urban practice with respect to India also we discussed nowhere. At last we just said that India differs from the what West is practicing. But we never spoke about do we need urban professionals or do we not. So in this case, the answer will be neither one nor two. Nowhere in the passage these two can be approached. But sometimes the key might change. But I feel for this question, India needs a new generation of urban professionals with knowledge relevant urban practice. Indian universities at present have no capacity or potential to impart training. Of these two is obviously wrong. Sometimes students might go with one. So it could be either one only or neither. But neither approaches much for this topic. So let's choose the neither. Okay, because the author did not assume either of these 2 points. The author assumed a point that we have to implement systems approach. Because of this systems approach, which includes diverse subjects, that's why these cities are very well planned. That's why these cities still stand today after centuries. New York or Paris or London. That's what he wanted to say. That's what he has assumed. That's what he wanted to put at you. But neither of these he never wanted to put at you with respect to training or something. The author did not assume these two. Okay. But the exact answer is neither 1 and 2. Please remember that. Next important question. Next passage you can see. Not every voice. This is an article, my friend. This is an article from EPW directly. Remember, passages comes from your newspaper articles. Not every voice in the internet commands the same kind of audience. When anonymous private entities with high capital can pay for more space for their opinions, they are effectively buying a louder voice. If political discourse in the digital sphere is a matter of outshining one's opponent till election is won, then the quality of politics suffer. The focus of social media is restricted to the promotion of the content that generates more user engagement regardless of how inflammatory the content may be. This talks about the effect of social media or usage of social media in the politics, how they are changing the perspective of the people. This passage is whole about that. Okay, how rich people can get easier access. People throwing money can get better access to the internet, better services, and spread their content very wider. This is what about the passage. Let's see. Which of the following statement reflects the central idea of the above passage? Constructed as a marketplace of views, social media ensures instant access to the information. Nowhere we are talking about the access to the information. This passage is not about information. Next option. Social media are not idle or moral institutions, but products built by companies to make profit. Yes, it might be reliable. Social media have been created to strengthen democracies. No. Here we have seen how social media for few parties or for political parties it is a danger. You can see here. Quality of politics suffer. When social media is affecting the quality of the politics, it is nowhere going to strengthen the democracy, or nowhere we compared it with the strengthening of democracy. So option C is wrong. In today's world, social media are inevitably for well-informed social life. Here we have spoken that misinformation could also happen in social media. They can spread anything what they want. So for you, for this question, the correct answer will be option B. Social media are not idle for the moral institution, but product built by the companies to make profit will be the exact answer for you. A sure answer. So look at the fourth question. Based on the above passage, following assumptions have been made. What did the author thought? Why he has to write this passage? That is his assumption. Okay. Now you see, internet is not inclusive enough. Obviously, it is not inclusive enough. That's what he wanted to say. Next, internet can be adversely affect the quality of politics in the country. That's what he has spoken. Here you can see direct line that the quality of politics suffer. Quality of politics suffer. So then both the statements in this case, he wanted to say people who are rich, people who can throw money, they can spread their content, they can buy the content, they can do anything. It's not accessible. So these two statements for option 4, that is both 1 and 2 are valid. Okay, the answer for this topic is both 1 and 2. So now we come to a next question, which is a mathematics question. Okay. He has given you some sum. He says 222 power 333 plus 333 power 222 is divisible by which of the following numbers? He is asking you what if the sum of this number is known. It is divisible by which of these following numbers is what the question is. So let's try to solve this question. What we have given, I'll just zoom in for you here. He has given 222 power 333 plus 333 power 222. Now you see my friends, I'll just rewrite all the bases. Okay, one has to remember the basics. That is a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n from your surds and indices. Next, a power m whole power n is equal to a power m into n. These are the basic things you have to remember while solving this problem. Now, I can write it as 2 into 111 power 333 plus 3 into 111 power 222. Now, if you expand this, that is a into b whole power m is equal to a power m into b power m. Your basic surds and indices formula 2 power 333 into 111 power 333 plus 3 power 222 into 111 power 222 based on this formula. Basic. Now of these two, you can take 111 power 222 as your common. When you take 111 power 222 as common from both of them, here you will get 2 power 333 into 111 power 111 from this. Okay. If you multiply 111 power 222 with 111 power 111, what you get is 111 power 333 only. Plus 111 power 311 plus what you left here? 3 power 322. Okay, this is what you are left with. Now if you write this 111, you can write as 111 is equal to 37 into 3. You can see that 3 7s are 21, 3 3s are 9, 11. So you can write 111 as 37 into 3 power 222, 2 power 333 into 111 power 311 plus 3 power 222. You see, my friends, you can say directly that this number, that is what we were given, this is what this is. This number is divisible by 37 and 3 from this multiplication, because you know, if A into B is given, then this is divisible by both A comma B, right? So similar way, it is divisible by 37 and divisible by 3. But in the options, there are two. It is divisible by 37 comma 3 and not 2. And it is divisible by 37 comma 3 comma 2. This makes you a major challenge for you, whether this number is divisible by 2 or not. Now we know that this is divisible by 37 and 3, sure. But check that whether this number is divisible by 2 or not. You see, 2 power anything, see 2 power n is equal to even. 2 power, you put any odd power or even power, what you get is even. So now, this, you see, 111 power n, whatever the power for 111 you put, unit digit is equal to 1. Now 1 into even number, this is equal to even number, this part is even, plus now 3 power anything you put, it will be always odd. Take 3 square 9, 3 power 3 is 27, 3 power 4 is 81. Whatever you put the power of 3, it is always odd. So this part is odd. Now you see, even plus odd is always odd. You can see 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. That is, even plus odd is always odd. So this is what? This is odd. But in your options, it is divisible by 2 they are giving. How can you say an odd number is divisible by 3? Odd number is not divisible by 2. So that's why this is wrong. Your answer will be, it is divisible by 37, 3 but not 2. Okay? Hope you understood the answer. We'll put the option here. So the correct answer in this case is, it is divisible by both 37 and 3 but not 2. That is, option B will be your right answer. Okay, option B is your right answer in this case. Okay, so next question, what percent of water must be mixed with the honey so as to gain 20% by selling the mixture at the cost price of the honey? Okay, let's say we have 1 liter of honey, 1 liter of honey, 1 liter of honey for 100 rupees. This is the cost price. That is the price for which I bought this 1 liter of honey. In general, honey is sold in kgs, but we'll think that we are having honey in 1 kg, 1 liter. Now for this 1 liter, I am adding, for this 1 liter of honey, I will write 1H plus some X liters. It could be 0.5 liters, 0.1 liters, whatever liters. This mixture I am selling it at 120 rupees. Why 120 rupees? I said I have to gain a profit of 120 rupees. That is, why 120 rupees here? This is always 100. Why, my friends? Because I am getting water for free. Water is for free for me. That is, if I sell 1200 ml for 1000 ml, it is equal to 100 rupees. That is what 1 liter is. If I sell 1200 ml for 120 rupees, I will get the profit of 20%. So in this case, my friend, the answer will be 20%. That is, if I add 200 liters, that is, if I add 20% water to this mixture, I will get a profit of 20%. Okay, we'll go for the next question, my friends. What is the rightmost digit preceding the zeros in the value of 30 power 30? Okay, this is also very easy question. Remember one point, we all know whatever the power of 10, that many zeros we will have. For example, 10 power 1 is equal to 10, we have 1 0. 10 power 2 is equal to 100, we will have 2 zeros. This is the basic what you have to know. Okay, now he is asking you, what will be the last digit, last number after which everything is 0? The question here is, what is the rightmost digit preceding the zeros in the value of 3 power 30. There are so many zeros in this. Okay, what was the last number which was a not zero? That's what the question is. Now, how can you write 30 power 30? 30 power 30. You can write this as 3 into 10 power 30. This can be written as 3 power 30 into 10 to the power of 30. That is, you have 30 zeros here. Now, what will be the unit digit of 3 power 30 is what you have to know. That will be your last non-zero digit, which is from the right. That is unit digit of 3 power 30 you have to know. How can you write 3 power 30? You can write it as 3 square whole power 15 from a power n whole power n is equal to a power mn surds and indices, because 2 into 15 equal to 30. I am only considering this one so that you can feel easy. This you can write as 9 power 15 because 3 square is 9. Now you see, I can write this as 9 into 9 power 14 from the basic of a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. That 9 power 1 plus 9 power 14 is 9 power 15. Okay, you will understand why did I write 9 now. So now you see, this I can write as 9 into 9 square whole power 7. Why I am doing this is so that I can get a unit digit 1 so that I am safe and secured. Now what is 9 square, my friends? 81 power 7. 9 into 81 power 7. My friends, you have 1 as the unit digit. Whatever might be the power when 1 as the unit digit remains as 1. You can check. If you take 11, if you multiply 11 with 11 once again, that is 11 square, you will get 121. Take 11 cube. Whatever power you put, unit digit when it is 1, it won't change. So when the unit digit is 1 and you multiply the unit digit with 1, 9 into 1. So the unit digit will always remain what in this case? 9. So the lastmost digit after which everything is 0, in this case is what, my friend? 9. That is option D. That is what? Option D. We'll go for the next question. Okay, here he has given you 421 and 427 when divided by the same number. They are saying you divide these both numbers with the same number. They leave a remainder 1. Okay, they leave a remainder 1. How many such numbers can be used as a divisor in order to get the same remainder 1? They are asking you, find out all such divisors with which if you divide 421 and 427, they always give you remainder 1. So the first step for you to do here in this case is, what they are saying, 421 and 427, when they are divided, the remainder is 1 by same number. Okay, let's remove that remainder from both 420 and 427. So, 426. So these two numbers are exactly divisible by one common divisor. Okay, the two are exactly divisible now. They are not leaving any remainder. Now let's do the LCM for both of these. Okay, how can you write 420, my friends? 2 into, okay, 2 into, this is 21. For 21 you can write as 7 into 3 into, this 0 is 10. That is 2 into 5. I can write 2 square into 7 into 3 into 5. Let's do same for this thing. You will get 2 into, okay, 2 2s 4, 2 1s 2, 2 3s, okay, 2 1 3. How you can write 2 1 3 as? You know 3 7s are 3 1s are. That you can write as 2 into 3 into 71. Now you see, my friends, what are the common things in both of them? 2, 3 are the common things in both of them. Okay. Now let's see. If you divide 421 by 2, what you are getting? 1 as remainder. 421 by 2, because 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 1 is the remainder. Same thing. If you divide 427 by 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, your remainder is 1. In both cases, I use the same divisor and I am getting the remainder as 1. Now let's check it with 3. 421 divided by 3. Okay, 3 1s 3, 3 4s 12. Again I am getting remainder 1. Let's check with 427. 427 divided by 3. 3 1s 3, 3 4s 12, 3 2 6. Again I am getting remainder 1. Even with 3 as a divider, I am getting the remainder as 1 and a common divisor for both of them. Now, if 2 and 3 can divide these numbers and get remainder 1, then the multiple of this, that is 2 into 3, that is equal to 6, will also give you the same remainder. Let's check. 421 divided by 6. You can see what 6 it goes. 6 7s are 42 and your remainder is 1. And same 427 divided by 6. 6 7s are 42, 6 1s are 6. Again the remainder is 1. So there are 3 such numbers, that is 2, 3 and 6 are the only numbers which when divide these two numbers gives you the remainder 1. That is, if you divide these two numbers by 2, remainder is 1, by 3 and by 6. There are only 3 such numbers in this case. And the answer for this case is option number C. Answer is what, my friend? Option number C, that is 3. We'll go for the next question. Look at this question. A contains, okay, a can X. He is saying he has given you cans. A can X contains 399 liters of petrol and can Y contains 532 liters of diesel. This is diesel, this is petrol. They are to be bottled in the bottles of equal size so that the whole of the petrol and diesel would be separately bottled. He is asking you, we have to bottle them like this. These bottles, all the bottles should be of same size only. It could be 10 liters each, it could be 100 liters each, it could be 700 liters each. It's your wish. You just have to fill so that the bottle is completely filled till the brim of the bottle. Okay, you have to fill all the bottle completely. For example, if I take 1 liter bottle and I have to fill it till the top, like that, he is saying, would be separately bottled. The bottle capacity in terms of liter is an integer. He is saying you, the bottle capacity is always integers. That is 1.233. It's not possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, exactly divisible they mean to say. How many different bottle sizes are possible? How many different bottle sizes are possible for you? In this case also, my friend, you have to know HCF issue. You can write 399 as 399 as 1 into 399. That is equal to 1 into 3 into 133. Okay, 1 into 3 into 133. If you take 7 table, okay, 7 1 7, 7 9 63. So you can write 133 as 19 into 7. So this is the factorization for 399. Let's take for 532 again. If you write 2 into, if you write 2, 2 2s 4, 2 6 12 and again 2 6 12. So 266 you will get. Okay, this you can write as 2 into 133. We already know that 133 is equal to how much? 19 into 7. This is equal to 2 into 19 into 7. Right? So, now from this you see, my friends, which of these two common factors are exactly dividing this. You can 1 into, see what is the highest common factor in all of them? 1 is there, 19 is there and 7 is there. Okay, 1 comma, 19 comma, 7 comma, 19 into 7, that is equal to 133. These are the 4 sizes of bottles in which you can fill petrol and diesel. For example, if I take 133 liters big can, I can fill the petrol in 2 cans and I can fill the diesel in 4 cans. I need 2 cans to fill this petrol, I need 4 cans to fill the diesel. if I take cans of 7 liters, that is I can fill 19 into 3 cans. Okay, what is 19 into 3? Tell my friends. 57 cans I can fill with respect to taking 7 liters. Okay, if I take 1 liter bottle, I can fill 399 bottles and here 532 bottles. This is what he had asked you. He asked you to find the common factors of these two numbers. So the answer is what? How many common factors you have? 1, 19, 7 and 133. That is 19 into 7. So your answer is what? 4 such different sized bottles you can have to fill this whole petrol and diesel. Okay. We'll go for the next question. Consider the following statements in respect of sum S is equal to x plus y plus z. He has given you that S is equal to x plus y plus z. Okay. Now, where x comma y comma z are distinct prime numbers less than 10. He is saying you these x, y, z represent prime numbers less than 10. What are the prime numbers less than 10? 2 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7. These are the only prime numbers which are less than 10. Now he is asking you few questions. The unit digit of S can be 0. That is, he is saying choose 3 numbers and put them in this formula so that you get unit digit as 0. Is it possible or not? He is asking you. Let's see. Can I say 2 plus 3 plus 5? 2 plus 3 plus 5. That is equal to how much? 10. The unit digit in this case is 0. Is it possible or not? He is asking you. Yes, it is possible to get unit digit as 0. Let's check the unit digit of S can be 9. Can it be 9? Now you see, if I take any other possibility, now you see the possibility of 2, 3, 5 is done. 2, 3, 5 though unit digit is not 9. Let's see for the other cases. If I take 2 plus 3 plus 7, what is this case? You will get 12. This is not 9. Here in this case unit digit is 2. Let's take another combination. 3 plus 5 plus 7. This is equal to how much? 15. Here also the unit digit is not 9. Let's take another combination in this. 2 plus 5 plus 7, that is equal to how much? 7 plus 7, that is equal to 14. That is, you are never going to get. This is the maximum possibility, that is 15, and you can never going to get more than 15 with any of the other combination. Maximum is 15. Beyond that you can't get. That is 19 comes after 15, na? So there can never be a possibility of getting 9 in unit place like this. Now next is the unit digit of a number can be 5. Here you can see the maximum possibility is 15. Yes, the unit digit is 5. So even this is possible. What did he ask you? Which of the following statements is or are correct? So in this case, the answer will be option 1 and 3 is correct. That is, your option C will be your correct answer in this case. Okay, look at this another passage. We'll go to the passage once again. The history of science is a real history of mankind. Here, underline the statements. The history of science. He's talking about the history of science, and he's saying, the author is saying, the history of science is a real history of mankind. In this striking epigram, a 19th century writer links science with background. Like most epigrams, its power lies in emphasizing by contrast an aspect of truth which may be easily overlooked. Okay, this is again talking about an essay. In this case, it is easy to overlook the relation between science and mankind and to treat the former as some abstract third party, which can sometimes be praised for its beneficial influences, but frequently and conveniently blamed for the horrors of war. Science and mankind cannot be divorced from time to time at men's convenience. Yet, we have seen that in spite of countless opportunities of improvement, the opening years of present period of civilization have been dominated by international conflict. In this inevitable result of progress of science, or does the fact lies elsewhere. So when you look at the whole passage, this talks about the role of science in the history, how it has influenced, how the science in this century at start, we have seen wars. Rather than utilizing this science for the development of mankind, we utilize this science for destruction. That's what this passage is all talking about. Let's see what is the question about. Which of the following are empathetically conveyed by the author in the passage? This is what they are asking. Without science, mankind could not have continued to exist till today. Nowhere he is saying, without science, the mankind could not have. He is saying that science is an interrelated aspect of our civilization. But he never spoke about the existence of present based on science. So this statement is utterly wrong here. It is the science that will ultimately determine the destiny of the mankind. Yes, that's what he wanted to convey in this passage. So in this case, your answer will be option 2 only. Okay? Next, note down the answer is option 2. Based on the above passage, following assumptions. Assumptions are nothing but what the author has assumed in order to write this passage. What is his stand? From where did he write? What were his thoughts? Okay, the horrors of modern life are inevitable result of the progress of science. He did not tell about that. The horrors of modern life, he did not say because of inevitable nature of science. He never told in the passage. He was talking about instead of using science for the betterment, you have used for the destruction, but he never took that stand. Next, the aspect of truth likely to be overlooked in the science is what man has made it. That's what he wanted to say, and it was very clearly mentioned in the passage. So even for this, he was asking you which of the following is or are correct. Then the answer is 2 only. Even in this case, answer is 2 only. Next passage you can see. Along with long experience and opening of his wares of many a beach where his language is not spoken, will the merchant come to know the worth of what he carries and what is parochial and what is universal in his choice. Such delicate goods as justice, love and honor, courtesy and indeed all things we care for are valid everywhere, but they are variously molded and often differently handled and sometimes nearly unrecognized. If you meet them in a foreign land, and the art of learning fundamental common values is perhaps the greatest gain of the travel to those who wish to live at ease among with their fellows. This passage is talking about what? It's talking about the experiences of using basic human values at elsewhere, wherever you go, wherever you reach. Let's see. When we meet other people while we travel, we learn to differentiate between what we learn to differentiate. Imagination and understanding, communities and nationalities, local values and universal values, friends and foes. Nowhere in this passage we talk about local values. Nowhere we talk about communities and nationalities. Nowhere we spoke about friends. Nowhere we spoke about imagination. The whole passage we talked about the values, the basic human values, what we learn, how we mold them. So your answer will be option C, the local values and the universal values. This is the right answer. With reference to the above passage, following assumptions have been made. That is, what did the author assume to write? What he wanted to tell you. That's what his assumption. Travel leads to an understanding of humans. Yes, obviously this is what he wants to say. Next, travel helps those who wish to learn fundamental common values. Yes, that's what he wanted to say. A person with long experience in travel can resolve differences amongst the people. This I feel bit contested, but this is also very apt because with travel, you are able to mold yourself. In the passage, they use the word, your skill is to mold these values wherever you have to live. So, you are able to resolve differences amongst the people because of the experience in the travel. So, most apt answer for you will be 1, 2, 3. But sometimes this statement is bit controversial. You can also go with option 1 and 2. Either of these two is more apt, but 1, 2, 3 is more apt according to me. But one can also go with 1 and 2. A small correction here in this question, my friend. 15th question you can see. Okay, 15th question. This is y. This is not 7. This is y. Okay. Let x be a 2-digit number. Let's say x is equal to pq. This is a 2-digit number. How can you write a 2-digit number, my friend? Based on the place value of that number, you can write. For example, if you take x is equal to 24, how can you write 24? Based on the place values, you can write 2 is at the tens place. So 2 into 10 plus 4 is at the units place. That is 4 into 1. So based on this only you have to write. Similarly, you can write x, that is pq, as 10p plus q. Because p is at the tens place, that's why I multiplied with 10. Q is at the units place, that's why I multiplied it with 1. So x be a 2-digit number and y be another 2-digit number formed by interchanging the digits of x. That is, y is equal to what? qp. That is equal to what? 10q plus p. Okay, that's what he has given. If x plus y, the sum of these two, is the greatest 2-digit number. What is the greatest 2-digit number, you know? 99 is the greatest 2-digit number. He is saying you x plus y is equal to 99. Okay, fine. Then what are the number of possible values of x? What are the number of possible values of x? He is asking you how many such possible values of x you can get. Let's see. Now, if you see this, what can you write from here? Just substitute these two, x and y here. If you substitute, 10p plus p is 11p plus q plus 10q is 11q. This is equal to how much, my friends? 99. Because x plus y is nothing but sum of this. 10p plus p is 11p, 10q plus q is 11q. Take common as 11, then write p plus q, that is equal to 99. 11 nines is 99, then p plus q is equal to 99. Sorry, p plus q is 9. Now he is asking you how many such values of x you can get. So this is the relationship between the digits of x. This is the p plus q is 9 is the relation. The p could be 1 and q could be 8. 1 plus 8 is one possibility. And p could be 2 plus this 7, 3 plus 6, 4 plus 5. And the reverse of these. That is 5 plus 4. Okay, 6 plus 3 and 7 plus 2 and 8 plus 1. These are all the possibilities in this p plus q is equal to 9. So that you can get pq as 18 or 81, 27 or 72, 36 or 63, 54 or 45. These are the possibilities of number x, that is pq. That is, it could be 18 or 81. How many such possibilities are there, my friend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 such possibilities are there for you. So in this case, your answer will be option D, which is 8. Okay. Next question. Consider the following. The weight of 6 boys is equal to the weight of 7 girls, is equal to the weight of 3 men, is equal to the weight of 4 women. If the average weight of women is 63, what is the average weight of the boys? Now you see, what is the average, my friends? Average is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. This is your basic formula. Now what he has given, the average weight of women is 63. The weight of these 4 women, the average weight of these 4 women is 63. So we will write like this. Okay, that is 4 women, W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4 divided by 4. This is equal to how much? 63. Now what is the sum of all these people? W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4. This is equal to how much? 63 into 4. This is the weight of 4 women. Now what did he ask you? He asked you the average weight of the boys. Now here you see weight of 6 boys is equal to weight of 4 women. That is B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 plus B6. This is equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4. This is what he said in this. So we'll just substitute it here. Okay, so what is this equal to? This is equal to 63 into 4. That's what we have got. But he did not ask you the weight. He asked you the average weight of the boys. Average is what? Sum of observations by number of observations. How many observations you have here? 6. So here also divided by 6. Now divide 3 2s are 3 2s are 3 1s are. Okay, here 2 2s 4. That is 21 into 2. That is equal to 42 will be your answer in this case. So what is the average weight of the boys in this case? That is 42 kg is your answer. Okay. Next question. This is also a very easy and important question, my friends. From your clocks, how many times the hour hand and the minute hand? How many times the hour hand and minute hand coincide between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on the same day? This is what the question. How many times the hour hand and a minute hand coincide in a clock between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Let's see. What is the meaning of coincidence, my friends? If you take a normal clock, okay, 9, 3, 6, 12. This is a typical clock looks like. Coincidence is nothing but the minute hand and the hour hand are overlapping to each other. And the angle, in this case, angle is what? Angle between minute hand and hour hand is equal to 0 degrees. This is what we know. We know one basic formula, my friends. What is the basic formula we know? 11 by 2 m is equal to mod of 30h plus or minus theta. This is what we have learned to solve or to know angle between the minute hand and hour hand. When theta is equal to 0, that is in the case of coincidence, when theta is equal to 0, 11 by 2 m is equal to how much? 30h. This is your formula which you have to remember to solve these cases of coincidence. That is 11 by 2 m is equal to 30h. Let's solve our problem with this. Okay. Now, when you look at a clock, between 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, he has asked you. Let's say this is 12, this is 9, this is 3, this is 6. In between you will have 10, 11, 1 and 2. Between here to here. Now let's see what is the 10 o'clock. This is how a 10 o'clock look like. Right? When they will coincide, my friends, we will find that 10 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, that is 11 by 2 m, this is should be equal to 30 into 10. At which minute will they both coincide? We will find m. M is equal to 30 into 10 into 2 by 11. That is equal to 600 by 11. That is equal to 11 5 is 55. You are left with 5. Okay. 11 4 54. Okay. 11 4 is 44. Again you are left with 5. Okay. That is 6 by 11. 54 6 by 11 is the time when the both minute hand and hour hand coincide with each other between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. That is at 10 minute 54 6 by 11 minutes, the minute hand and hour hand will coincide between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Let's check same for between 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Now let's see. In the same formula, in place of h, if I put 11, If I put 11. Now 11 and 11 get cancelled. M is equal to 60. That is 30 into 2. I'll write here that also. M is equal to 30 into 2. M is equal to 60. That is between 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. The clock will coincide at 11:60. What is this 11:60, my friends? That is obviously 12 o'clock, right? We already know at 12 o'clock they will meet. So, at 12 o'clock they will meet once. And again between 12 to 1, when they will coincide. Between 12 to 1, that is if I write here 12 in case of 10, 11. 11 by 2 into 12. Okay, same thing. M is equal to 30 into 12 by 2 into 11. M is equal to 12, 6. Okay, 720 by 11. You can see, cancel, you cancel it. 11, 6, 66. Right? 6 plus 2, you are left with 8. That is 80. 11 sevens. That is 67, 3 by 11. That is 12, 67, 3 by 11. That is nothing but 1 hour. 60 minutes is 1 hour, right? 1 hour, 7, 3 by 11. That is at 1, 7, 3 by 11. They coincide once again. See, once they coincide at 10:54, once they coincide at 12 o'clock, once they coincide at 1 hour, 7 minutes, 33 by 11. Okay, now let's see what will happen if I put 1 here. 11 by 2 M is equal to 30 into 1. That is 13 hours you feel to say. So M is equal to 60 by 11. Okay, or I will put it as 13. Let's take a hour clock. 30 into 13 into 2 by 11. That is 6. 780 by 11. Again here, the clock is going beyond 12. You can see 11, 7, 77. Okay, you are left with 10. You can write it as 7, 10 by 11. Right? Okay, so even in this case, you are going beyond 2 o'clock. That is between 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, only 3 times your clock will coincide. Your answer will be option A. Here the time has gone beyond. This is 770, my friend. This is 70. That is 7. That is 13 hours, 70 minutes, 10 by 11 minutes totally. That is 2, 10, 10 by 11. If you simplify this, that is 14, 10 by 11. Because 60 minutes make 1 hour, right? I have added 1 hour here. 14, 10, 10 by 11. That is going beyond 2 p.m. So that's why we have to not consider this. Between 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, at 10:54 once they coincide, at 12 o'clock once they coincide, and 1, 7, 3 by 11, they coincide once. Beyond this, they never coincide. That is only 3 times the coincidence is happening. So that's why your answer in this case is 3. Don't hurry and put 4 times. Okay. So that's why when you have learned your basics in your time or clocks problems, you have learned in 12 hours, the coincidence happens only 11 times. 12 hours, it happens only 11 times. In 24 hours, it happens only 22 times. Where is this one missing is here. Between 11 and 12, it coincides only once at 12 only. Okay, hope you can remember that point. Next, the calendar for the year 2025 is same for. Okay, this problem, my friends, there are various formulas. I don't want to go with the formula. I will tell you the simple basic one. Here, the number of odd days should be 0 between the years which you are observing. If you see this year, is this a leap year or an ordinary year? 2025 is an ordinary year. Let's say 1st Jan 2025, this is equal to Sunday. Let's assume, just assume. The calendar of 2 years will always be same when the 1st Januaries of those 2 years coincide. That is, if this year 1st January falls on Sunday, if there is another year which 1st January falls on Sunday, then these 2 calendars will always be same. You can check. First is Sunday, then second is Tuesday. In this calendar also, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, they will be same. When this is an ordinary year, check first, is there any leap year in the given options? There is no leap year in the given options. So we will continue. Now you see, same 1st Jan, if 2026 if you take, each year, for ordinary year, each year, the 1st of Jan will progress by 1 day. 1st Jan 2026 will fall on Monday. Similarly, 1st Jan 2027 will fall on Tuesday, because 26 is not a leap year, right? 26 should be a leap year only when it is divisible by 4, but it is not divisible by 4. Similarly, 1st Jan 2028, this is a leap year, but 1st Jan comes before the extra day, right? So this is Wednesday. Similarly, 1st Jan 2029, this comes after leap year. After leap year, 1 day is skipped. Instead of Thursday, here it comes is Friday. Okay, next 1st Jan 2030, it will be on Saturday. Next 1st Jan 2031 will be on Sunday. Here you can see 2031 and 2035, both 1st Jan fall on which day? Sunday. So the calendar of 2025 is similar to the calendar of 2031. Or you can write the number of odd days. For ordinary year, the odd days is 1. For the leap year is ordinary days is 2. If you check in that way, you can see here 1, 1, 1, 1. Sorry, this is 2 leap year, 1, 1. If you add till here, 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5, 6, 7. Till here, you have completed 7 odd days, that is 0 odd days. Then the next year, the very next year will be your year which is having the common calendar. So this is the basic you have to understand. When the years are such close, don't remember any formula, but one point you have to remember is the number of odd days is 0. Here also the number of 7 means it is 0, my friends. The number of odd days should be 0 between these 2 years. Then that year will have common calendar. In this case, the answer is 2031. Now look here. This is also a very simple question. Let P, Q, R, S be distinct positive integers. Let P, Q be odd. What is he saying? P and Q, they are odd, and R and S, they are what? Even. Let's put even and odd number for these things. Let's put P is equal to 3, Q is equal to 5, R is equal to 2, S is equal to 4. Okay? They are satisfying, right? Odd and even. Now, consider the following statements. He is asking us to consider the following statements and is asking you which of these above statements are correct. Now let's see. What is the first statement he has given? P minus R. What is P? 3. R is 2. Minus 2 whole square into Q into S. QS is nothing but Q into S. Q is 5. S is equal to 4. Okay. Q is 5. S is equal to 4. 3 minus 2 whole square into 5 into 4. Let's see what it will give you. 3 minus 2 is 1 square into 5 into 4 is equal to how much? 20. Is 20 a even number or odd number? 20 is divisible by 2. That's why it is even. So option 1 is obviously correct. Let's check it for the second one. Q minus S. What is Q minus S? 5 minus 4. Whole Q minus S into Q square. What is Q square? 5 square into what is S? S is what? 4. So what will this give? 1 into 25 into 4. That is equal to 100. Is 100 an even number or odd number? Here he has given you it is an even. 100 is an even. Yes, obviously the answer is right. Next, we will check for the last case. Q plus R. What is Q? 5. Plus what is R? 2. Whole square. Q plus R whole square into P plus S. What is P? 3 plus 4. Let's see, this is how much? 7 square into 7. That is equal to 49 into 7. That is equal to, I'll just write the unit digit. As unit digit is odd, your answer is what? It should be odd. So even this statement is satisfied by the basic numbers what I have taken. So in this case, all the given three statements are correct. Your answer should be what? Option D. So we'll solve the next question. This is also a very easy question from clocks. He is asking you, what is the angle between the minute hand and hour hand when the clock is at 4:25? Okay. When the clock is at 4:25, what is the angle between minute hand and hour hand? Very simple. Let's see. The formula for angle between the clock is 11/2 m is equal to 30h plus theta. We will take this. Okay, plus or minus theta, whatever. 11/2. What is the minute hand showing? Into 25 minutes. This is equal to how much? 30 into 4 plus theta. Okay, what is 30 into 4? 30 into 4 equal to 120 plus theta. What is 11/2 into 25? Let's check. 25 into 11 is equal to 275. What is 275 divided by 2, my friends? 2 ones 2, 2 3 6, 2 sevens are 14. 2 sevens 14.5. That is equal to 137.5. Now retain the theta there. Then theta is equal to 137.5 minus 120. That is equal to 17.5. The answer in this case is what, my friend? 17.5 is the angle between the minute hand and hour hand. That is, option C will be your answer in this case. We'll go for the next question. We'll look into the passage. Now, look at this passage. This is also a very important, interesting passage. It is also from a news article which we generally learn for UPSC. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, 1/3 of the food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted globally. How much? Numbers are very important. 1/3. Okay, wasted. Food is lost or wasted throughout the supply chain. He is saying throughout the supply chain. One key point. From initial agriculture production to the final household consumption, the increasing wastage also results in the land degradation by about 45%. Again, a number important. Mainly due to the deforestation, unsustainable agricultural practices, and excessive groundwater extraction, the energy spent over the waste food results in 3 to 5 billion tons of carbon dioxide production every year. Decay also produces harmful emissions of other gases in atmosphere. Addressing the loss and wastage of food in all forms is critical to complete the cycle of food sufficiency and sustainability. The whole topic talks about how you have or what are the problems which you are facing with respect to the food wastage. What is the amount of food wastage we are having right now? What you have to do in a simple terms. He tried to explain with respect to the data of Food and Agricultural Organization. Let's see what he has asked. Which of the following statement best reflects the most logical rational inferences that can be made by the passage? He is asking you the basic conclusion of the passage. The current methods of food distribution are solely responsible for the loss and wastage of food. Nowhere we spoke about that. Next, land productivity. Let's see all the possibilities here. Nowhere we spoke about that responsibility. Land productivity is adversely affected by the prevailing trend of food losses and wastage. Yes, what we have said here, 45% degradation of land will happen. That is obviously discussed. So option 2 is clearly discussed. 1 is nowhere discussed, 2 is discussed. Remember, reduction in the loss and wastage of food results in less carbon footprint. Yes, what did he say? Because of this wastage, 3 to 5 billion carbon dioxide is produced every year. If you reduce this wastage, then you are also reducing carbon dioxide emission. Yes, even this is possible. What he has directly said. Post-harvest technologies to prevent or reduce the loss and wastage of food are not available. Nowhere we spoke about the technology is not available. We said the food wastage is happening starting from the farm till your plate. Everywhere it is happening. We nowhere spoke about technologies here. We only spoke about these two very clearly. Your answer, he is asking you the correct answer. Your answer will be option 2 and 3 only in this case. Okay, 1 to obviously not there. When you eliminate 1, you will get option 2 and 3. That's the only way you have to have the answer. Next, based on the above passage, what did the author assume to write this passage? What was he concerned about? He was concerned with the wastage of food. He was concerned how to reduce this wastage. These were his assumptions. Now let's see. The food distribution mechanisms needs to be reimagined and made effective to reduce the loss and wastage of food. Yes, that's what he wanted to say. That's what he wanted to say. That's what he assumed. Next, ensuring the reduction of wastage and loss of food is a social and moral responsibility of all citizens. Yes, even that's what he wanted to say. Here he has said, in the last line, addressing the wastage of food in all forms is critical to complete the cycle of food sufficiency and sustainability. This was his concern, that we are wasting food. So, both the statements are right in this sense. So, you can put both 1 and 2 for this passage in this case. Next, this is a bit complex for you to understand who are from non-English background. The topic looks a bit complex, but it is also easy when you infer it clearly. As inflation rises, passage 2, even government previously committed to the budget discipline are spending freely to help households. What is he saying? Whenever inflation is rising, the government, when they put target, they are going beyond target, they are going on a lot of spending. Higher interest rates announced by the central banks, that is like reserve banks, are supposed to help produce modest fiscal austerity because of maintain stable debts while paying more to borrow. Governments must cut spendings or raise taxes. Without fiscal backup, monetary policy eventually loses traction. Here the comparison is with respect to budget and the responsibility of the central bank. Government must cut spending or raise taxes. Without the fiscal backup, monetary policy eventually loses traction. Higher interest rates become inflationary, not disinflationary, because they simply lead governments to borrow more to pay rising debt service cost. The risk of monetary mooring is greater when the public debt rises because the interest rate becomes more important to budget deficits. So the total thing is comparison of the fiscal and budget policy of some country or any country, how they are affected, how they are dealt. Let's see what is the question. Most logical and rational inference. Here directly you can say the central banks cannot bring down the inflation without budgetary backing. It is clearly mentioned in the passage. Next, the effects of monetary policy depend on the fiscal policy pursued by the government. Yes, even both are correct in this case. Basic question, without even reading the passage, you can answer this question. Assumption is again I am telling you what the author has taken, the stand of the author for which he is writing this passage. Fiscal policies of government are solely responsible for higher prices. No, higher prices are based on a lot of things. But nowhere in the passage he said about that. He said we have to manage it. He was talking about a relationship, not about that. Higher prices do not affect the long-term government bonds. They do affect. Even this is not right. These are not the assumptions what he has made. So both the statements are incorrect in this case. They are neither 1 nor 2 are valid. The answer is neither 1 nor 2. Okay. Next, this is a very simple question with respect to cutting of cubes. What is the least possible number of cuts required to cut a cube into 64 identical pieces? When you have a cube, he is asking you to cut this cube into 64 identical cubes. Okay. For the formula for the cutting of cubes, generally number of cubes is equal to, in the case of cubes, cut plus 1, number of cuts plus 1 whole cube. This is the basic formula. You can see 64 you can write as 4 cube. That is number of single cut, number of cut on that face will be equal to. You can write, I will rewrite the formula, you can understand it. Number of cubes number of cubes is equal to L plus 1 into M plus 1 into N plus 1. This is the cut on each one. Okay. Number of cuts is equal to L plus M plus N. If you check this, here you have number of cubes is 64. This is equal to 4 cube. From this you get L plus 1 into M plus 1 into N plus 1. You can get that L is equal to M is equal to N is equal to 3, and L plus M plus N gives you the total number of cuts, that is 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is equal to 9 will be the total number of cuts in the case of cube. So the answer in this case is option D. Basic formula, the first common basic formula with respect to the cutting of cubes is this. Look at the next question. This is also a simple question. In the expression 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, 1, you have to choose from the three symbols, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, each at most 2 times. It is max to max 2 times only you have to use. What is the smallest non-negative value of the expression? What is the smallest? Here you see 2 terms. At most 2 times, smallest non-negative. Now, to solve such question, my friend, immediately go to the options. He said smallest number. Check with the smallest number in the option. What is the smallest number in the option? 0. First, we will check, can we form 0 by using these symbols, that is plus, minus and into, in between these spaces. Let's check. Now you see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can use any symbol at most 2 times only. Now if you see, if I write minus, plus, into, like this, we follow the basic rule of BODMAS. Okay. Now, first thing we have to do is multiplication. That is 5 minus 4 minus 3 plus 2 into 1 is 2. Next thing we have to do is addition. Let's do 5 plus 2. That is 7. Minus of 4 plus 3. This is also 7. When 7 minus 7 is equal to 0, can you form 0 in this case? Yes, we were able to form 0 and I followed all the rules. I used minus at most 2 times, that is not more than 2. I used multiplication once, I used addition once. I followed all the rules of BODMAS and given rules, and I was able to show that I can bring 0 by using these symbols, and in the option 0 is the smallest non-negative value. They asked you to find the smallest non-negative value, and I was able to find. Such problems you have to always go from the option to the question. Next important question. This is a question on work, time and work, based on a very simple formula. You can see a certain number of men can complete a piece of work in 6k days. Let's say we have M men. They can complete the work in 6k days. We have a basic formula in time and work. M1 D1 H1 is equal to M2 D2 H2. Okay, that is M number of men in H1 hours and D1 days can complete the same work as M2 number of men in D2 days and H2 hours. Using this formula itself, we are trying to solve this question. Now, M into 6k, this is the work we have. Okay, if M men can complete a work in 6k days, then, and k is a natural number. They are saying this k is a natural number. 6k is nothing but 6 into k. By what percentage should the number? He is not asking you what is the number of men, but he is asking you by what percentage should the number of men be increased so that the work is completed in 5k days. Let's say this same work is completed by n men in 5k days. He is asking you the percentage increase in the number of men. How much percentage increase in the number of men? That is, he is asking you n minus m divided by m into 100. This is what he asked you. What percentage with respect to the present meant the increase has happened. This is what he is asking, nothing else. This is your responsibility to find out. Let's see here. M into 6k is equal to n into 5k. I will cancel k and k. Then what I will get? N by m. N by m. If I send m here, n by m is equal to, this is equal to how much? 6 by 5, right? I have n and m. Let's say n is equal to 6k, m is equal to 5k. Let's substitute these two into this. N is equal to how much? 6k minus 5k divided by 5k into 100. This is equal to how much? 6k minus 5k is what? K. K by 5k. K and k get cancelled into 100. This is equal to how much? 100 by 5. This is equal to how much? 5 2s are 10 and 0, 20%. So the answer in this case is 20% rise. Knowing this formula, our ability to write this formula is what much important, or where the answer or the weightage lies. Okay? Try to write this. Next question you see. This is also a simple question, time and work question. Here he has given, there are 3 people, X, Y, Z. They can do a work in 6 hours, 8 hours and 8 hours respectively. However, only one person can work at a time. That is, if A is working, B should not work. If B is working, C should not work and A also should not work. Only one person at a time can work in each hour. In 1 hour, only one person. And nobody can work for 2 consecutive hours. That is, I cannot work for 2 hours directly in a row. Now I have to work and I have to take rest for 1 hour and next hour I can work. Okay? All are engaged to finish the work. Everyone is engaged. Now what is the minimum amount of time? Least to least, in how much time I can complete this work? Okay? If you have learned about the time and work, first thing you have to do is, you have to know how much of work is there for me to finish it. Okay? So what we were given is X, Y, Z. X can complete work in 6 hours. Y can complete the work in 8 hours. Z can complete the work in 8 hours. This is their efficiency, workability, work type. Let's find what is the total work. If you take the LCM of this, you will get 24. The efficiency of X, Y and Z is 3. The efficiency of X is how much? X is more efficient. That's why he is completing in less number of days. Efficiency is 4. Okay. What did he ask? Less to less, within how much time I will complete? That is, you should always start with the efficient person. No. In order to complete a work in least time, you should start with the efficient person. So we will start with X. In first hour, X will work. Here the 24 represents the total work to be completed. Okay, in first hour, X will complete the 4 work out of the 24 work, because 4 represents the work capability of X in 1 hour. Next, Y or Z will come. Y or Z both have same efficiency. So Y or Z, they complete 3 work. Out of 24, 4 plus 3, 7 work is done. Next, again I will call X, because X is efficient, no? Why I will call Z or Y? No, I will call X only. Next 4. After X, immediately there should not be X. Again, Y or Z, he will complete the work in efficiency is 3. Next, again X, 4. Again Y or Z, here 3. Now, if you count or add all these things, 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 3 is 14. 14 plus 4 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. Because my friend, after Y and Z, for me to complete the work in less time, if I put Y, the 3 work is completed in 1 hour. I don't want to come Y to come, because Y is less efficient than X. X is completing in 6 hours. 6 hours. Y is completing in 8 hours. He is less efficient. So that's why Here also I will call x. So till here you see, till here, how many hours are done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 6 hours, you have completed 21 work. What was the work for you to complete? 24 minus 21 is equal to 3. This is the work which is remaining. This 3 work should be completed by whom? By x. But my friend, x 1 hour. The ability of x in 1 hour is equal to how much? 4 work. In how many hours? In how many hours can x complete the 3 work? Hope you understood. X can complete 4 work in 1 hour. To complete the 3 work, how much of time will x take? That's what we have to find. That is 1 by x is equal to, if you divide 4 by 3, that is x is equal to 3 by 4 hour. What is 3 by 4 hour, my friend? 3 by 4 into 60 minutes. This is equal to how much? 4 ones are 4, 4 5s are 20. 15 into 3 is 45 minutes. That is 6 hours, 45 minutes will be the least time within which the total work given will be completed. So the answer for this question is 6 hours, 45 minutes. Okay, that is option C, 6 hours, 45 minutes. Okay, this is very important for you to remember. Next question you see. How many consecutive zeros are there at the end of the integer obtained by the product? He has given you like this number, my friend. 1 square into 2 power 4 into 3 power 6 into 4 power 8, so on. 25 power 60. If you multiply all this, how many zeros will be having this number? How many zeros will it have? That's what he has asked. Remember, my friend, in this case, your responsibility should be forming the powers of 10. Because 10 power 1 is equal to 10. 10 square is equal to 100. 10 cube is equal to 1000. You can see, as is the power, as is the number of zeros. Okay, the number of zeros will always be equal to the power of 10. That is, how many zeros will come after 1 depends on the power of the 10. So, in this question, your responsibility will be forming the powers of 10. Okay, let's see how you can form the powers of 10. What is 2 into 5, my friends? 10, right? These pairs you have to form in this question. Let me show you how you will do this question. 1 square into 2 power 4 into 3 power 6 into 4 power 8 into 5 power 10 into, if I write all this, let me write all this. 6 power 12, 7 power 14, 8 power 16, 9 power 18, 10 power 20. Okay, what I needed, I said powers of 10. Maximum power of 10 I need, that's it. Similarly, if I write here 10, 10 is done, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Let's take all the powers. Here, powers are multiples of the numbers, right? 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48 and 50. First, let's write all the maximum powers of 2. Let's, as it is multiplication, we'll take 2 at once. 2 power 4 into. Here also you have 2. 2 square power 8 is 2 power 16 into. Here how much? 2 power 12. 2 power 12. Because 6 is nothing but 2 into 3, right? That's why I have taken. Here 2 cube. 2 cube is nothing but 2 cube into 16. What is 16 into 3? 2 power 48. Here again in this 10, I will not change anything because I need powers of 10, right? 10 power 20, I will write aside. Again, in 12, I have 4 3s are 12. 4 is 2 square, 48. That is into 2 power 48 again. Into here also I have 2 into 7. 14 is 2 into 7. So 2 power 28 into next 15 I am leaving 16 you see 2 power 4 4 power 32 into 4 128 2 power 128 next here again I have 2 into 2 power 36 into here I will write 2 power 10 power 40 and 2 power 40 just 20 I have written as 2 power 40 10 power 40 I separated. In 21 I will not get 2. 22 I have 2. 22 power 44 into 22 power 44. In 24 I have 2. That is how much 2? 48 into 3. So 8 is nothing but 2 cube. 48 into 3. 144 into 2 power 144. So this is 5 square. That is 5 power how much? 100. Okay, 2 power 50, 25 power 50 I am writing as 5 power 100. Now I want 100 twos. Do I have 100 twos? Yes, I have more than 100 twos. So 2 power 100 into 5 power 100 is how much my friend? 10 power 100. That is 10 power 100 is nothing but I am getting 100 zeros. Here I have 20, here I have 40. That is 10 power 60 I am having here. And here you see, for 15 power 30, I can write as 15 as 5 into 3 power 30. That is equal to how much? 5 power 30. 5 power 30, do I have 32s here extra? Yes, I have. So, I will get 10 power 200 as total. If you multiply all this, you will get 10 power 200 tens. That is 200 zeros are the maximum number of zeros in this case for you. Okay, you have to just write the powers and pair them in order to get for you the answer. Okay. Next question we'll be going. See, this is again a simple question. On January 1st, 2023, a person saved 1 rupee. On 2nd Jan 2023, he saved rupees 2 more than the first day. That is on 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Till 9th I will write, that's it. 6, 7, 8, 9. On first day his saving is 1 rupee. On second day he saved 1 plus 2, 3 rupees. On third day he saved 5 rupees. On fourth day he was able to save 7 rupees, 9 rupees on the fifth day. On the sixth day he was able to save 11, 13, 15 and 17 rupees. These are his saving. Odd numbers. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 2, 13, 13 plus 2, 15, 15 plus 2 is 17. So this is how he was saving. At the end of which date, the total savings is a perfect square as well as a perfect cube. That is, if you do square root of that number, you will get square root. And if you do cube root of that number, you will get a cube root. He is asking you after how much sum that number is a cube root or a square root. If you take number 1, the square root of 1 is equal to 1 and cube root of 1 also you can find. Okay. And if you take 64, let's check for 64. What is the square root of 64? Is 8. It's a square of 8. And what is the cube root of 64? That is equal to 4. That is 4 into 4 into 4 is equal to 64. That is 64 is a such number which has a square root and also has a cube root. This is what he has asked you in this question. Your ability is to know that he is asking about the sum should be 64. So, after how much number the sum is 64? 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16, 16 plus 9 is 25, 25 plus 11 is 36, 36 plus 13 is 49, 49 plus 15 is 64. At the end of the 8th day, he will be having savings of 64 rupees. 64 has a square root and a cube root. That is what he has asked for your condition. So the answer in this case is what? On 8th Jan 2023 will be your answer in this case. Let's see the next passage. This is again an important passage which we'll learn. By the time children reach class 8, the bulk of them tend to be at the range of 13 years to 15 years. He's telling that at 8th class, your age will be this much. But in our country, about a quarter of all the children in the class 8, that is 1/4, quarter. Okay, in class 8, struggle with reading simple text, and more than half are still unable to do basic arithmetic operation. Half members are not able to do arithmetic. Like division. Every year, about 25 million young boys and girls come from the elementary school, move into the life that lies for them beyond compulsory schooling. Okay, they cannot enter the workforce at least in the organized sector till they are 18. This is the thing with respect to country like India. They cannot enter the workforce till 18 years. For many families, these children are the first from their families ever to go this far in the school. Parents and children expect that such graduates from school will go on high school and college. Parents expect that, right? Hardly anyone wants to go back to agriculture. On the other hand, abilities in the terms of academic competencies are far lower than they should be, even based on the curricular expectations of the class 8. So this passage shows about the grim situation of the present day education in India or anywhere else, that what is happening with these people who are in the 8th class are not efficient. Parents are expecting more. We cannot enter the workforce, and we do not have the capabilities of the 8th class also as of present. So let's see. Based on the above passage, following assumptions have been made. What did the author or what author wanted to say? What did he assume? For effective schooling education, parents have a greater role in the government. Parents have a greater role than the government. Nowhere we spoke about. We said parents have expectations, but nowhere he has assumed that stance that parents should take the role, parents should do. This is not correct. Next, school curriculum that conforms to today's requirements are in uniform for the entire country may address the issue brought out. Nowhere we spoke about the uniformity of school education. The author did not assume. The author assumption was he wanted to tell you that this is the situation, my friend. Think about the situation. Should not happen. That the 8th class student should be able to do something. That was his assumption, not about parents or this. So in this case, neither of the assumptions are valid. So neither 1 nor 2 will be your answer in this case. Let's see the second point in the passage. Which of the following statements best reflect the central idea conveyed by the passage? That is conclusion or the crux of your passage, the main theme of the passage. Total eradication of poverty in the country will resolve the issue of underperformance. Did we talk about poverty anywhere? Nowhere. 8th class, quarter not able to read, half not able to do division. This is the grim situation. After 18 years only we can work. Nothing about this, right? Next, monetary incentives to the parents and teachers is a strategy to the improve. This is not the crux. The crux never talk about monetary. This is also not your answer. Public policy should ensure that competencies and achievements of young people are aligned with the expectations. Yes, we spoke about expectations. We spoke about competencies. But let's see the fourth option also. India is not going to take advantage of the demographic dividend unless some school passing outs go back to agriculture. What did we spoke? They cannot go back to agriculture. That's what the statement in the passage was clearly mentioned. You can see. Here you see, hardly anyone wants to go back to agriculture. And we never spoke about demographic dividend. Where did this word demographic dividend come from? For you to explain the crux. So these are irrelevant. Irrelevant are A, B, D. For you, the relevant answer will be option C. In most of the passages, my friends, eliminating the irrelevant is very important rather than choosing the right answer. We take it for granted now that science has a social responsibility. The idea would not have occurred to the Newton or Galileo. They thought of science as an account of world as it is, and the only responsibility that they acknowledged was to tell the truth. The idea that science is a social enterprise is modern, and it begins as the Industrial Revolution. We are surprised that we cannot trace a social sense further back because we nurse the illusion that the Industrial Revolution ended a golden age. So this talks about science, the truth of science. That science as a social responsibility was never taken by the previous person. They always thought what Newton or Galileo thought. It's my social responsibility that I should discover Newton's formula. It's not their thought. They thought to say the truth to the people. Galileo said heliocentric theory. Why the sun is at the center of that? They wanted to tell the truth. But this changed. So let's see which of the following statements best reflects the thinking of the author about the science. What author stands about the science. Science must value the commitment of the scientist. Nowhere. Science is a product of civilized society. Nowhere we discussed about the civilized society. Industrial revolution was made possible by the advancements in science. Yes, I agree. But is it the thinking or the thought what the author wanted to say with this passage? No. Science must pursue the truth but be responsible for the social welfare is what the author wants to say. Yes, the words truth and social welfare both are there in the passage and you should give the weightage for them. Next, we will see this question. This is also a very simple question, my friends. By observing this directly, you will be able to solve. You have to just fill the spaces. When immediately here you see there is BB, BBCD, ABC, ABC, ABC is everywhere. Wherever you see there is ABC. So here you have BBC. So immediately before B there should be A because everywhere before B there is A. So here also it should be like that, there should be no change. Now when I observe, I have understood that B is repeated twice. So similarly, every other letter should be repeated twice. If I see in that sense, here B is only once, but it is not repeated twice. So there should be some other letter which is repeated twice. Here CC, here DD, here AA. If I see that way, AA, BB, CC, DD. Now I got a relationship. So when I see like this, then immediately I can say AACD will be my answer. Where is AACD, my friend? Option C contains AACD. That is your answer. Okay. Very simple question. Very basic question. Yeah, this is also a wonderful question. Hope you can see this question. I'll just zoom in for you. Yeah. This is also a simple question. Your class 10, class 8 question. Two persons P and Q enter into a business. Two persons have entered into business. P puts 14,000 more than Q. So how much P has invested? 14,000 more than Q. But P has invested for 8 months and Q invested for 10 months. P share is 400 more than Q share. Out of the total profit of 2,000, what is the capital contributed by the P? He is asking how much did P invest. Let's write whatever is given. P puts 14,000 more than Q. P is equal to how much? 14,000 plus what Q has invested. How many months he has invested? 8 months. Right? Now, Q has invested. Let's say Q has invested Q rupees for 10 months. Now, out of the total profit of 2,000 rupees, how much? P plus Q, what is the profit they got? 2,000 rupees. Of this 2,000 rupees, how much did P get? 400 rupees more than Q. That is P is equal to, in this, within this, P is equal to how much? 400 plus Q, what he got. You see, P share is 400 more than Q. Now let's substitute this here. Okay, that is 400 plus Q is equal to how much? 400 plus Q plus Q. In this, if I substitute, this is equal to 2000. If I subtract this, I will get it as 2Q is equal to, Q plus Q is 2Q, 2000 minus 400 is 1600. 2 8s are 16, then Q is equal to how much? 800. If Q is equal to 800, then P is equal to how much? 1200. This is the share what they got in the profit. And remember, shares are always proportional to the amount and the time you invest. The amount and the time invest is proportional to the amount of money you get. So, what you get the formula as? The multiplication of these two, 14,000 plus Q divided by Q, this into 8, this into 10. Because this they invested for 8 months, this they invested for 10 months. This should be equal to what? This 1200 by 800. This is from where you get your answer. Calculate now. 0, 0 cancel. 4, 2, 4, 3. Right? Now, again you see 2 5s 10. Done. Now, if you send Q into 5 this way, what you get here? If you multiply this, 8 into 14,000 plus 8Q is equal to 5 into Q into 3. That is equal to 15Q. Right? Now, you send back this here. 8 into 14,000 is equal to 15Q minus 8Q is nothing but 7Q. Now, 7 2s are 14. Okay, then Q is equal to how much? 8 into 2000. 8 into 2000. Then Q is equal to how much? 16,000. When Q is equal to 16,000, he asked you, what did he ask you? How much did P contribute? When Q is equal to 16,000, P is equal to how much? P is equal to 14,000 plus 16,000. That is equal to how much? 30,000. Your ability should be to write this formula. If you write this 1 point, you will get your answer. The answer in this case is 30,000 rupees. Very, very important. Next. This is also a very simple question. This is also based on percentages. P's salary is 20% lower than the Q's salary. What did he say? P is equal to 80 by 100 of Q. This is what he meant to say. You see, P's salary is 20% less than Q. That is, 80% of Q is what? P. Next, Q's salary is 20% less than R. Q is equal to how much? 80 by 100 of R. Again, he has given. Now, he asked you, how much percent R salary is more than P? He asked you to find R minus P by P into 100. This is what he has to ask you. Compared to P, how much salary extra did R get? That extra percentage he has asked you. R minus P by P. You have to know R and P to find this answer. Let's solve this. What is P by Q in this case? That is equal to 80 by 100. Now, if you solve 0, 0, 2 4s, 2 5s, that is 4 by 5. What is Q by R here? Q by R is equal to, again, 4 by 5. P by Q is equal to 4 by 5. And Q by R is equal to, here I will write, P by Q is equal to 4 by 5. I will see such a way that Q are same in both the way. Now, can I write P by Q as P by Q is equal to 4 by 5 into 4 by 4, because 4 by 4 is equal to 1. I am just multiplying it. So, then P by Q is equal to what? That is equal to 16 by 20. Okay. Now, for Q by R, I will multiply it with 5 by 5. Okay. Now, what is Q by R? Then Q by R is equal to 4 5s are 20 by 25. Here, if you compare, Q is 20 here, Q is 20 here, same. So, now I will get P is to Q is to R is equal to 16 is to 20 is to 25. Now, let's say P is equal to 16K and Q is equal to 25K. That is some constant. K is nothing but a constant. We'll substitute these two into this. This is what they asked you to find, right? R is equal, sorry, R, right? Q, this is not Q, this is R. So, R is equal to how much? 25K minus P is how much? 16K divided by 16 into 100. K get cancelled. 25 minus 16 is nothing but 9 by 16 into 100. Okay, you can see 4 4s are 16, 4 25s 100. So 25 into 9 is 225 by 4 divided by 4, because here we have, so 4 5s are 20, 4 6s are 24. Okay, 0.25. So 56.25% will be your answer in this case. So the option B will be your right answer. Okay, next. Here the ability is, my friends, the writing that formulas in the percentages. That's very important. Here again the same model. The number is mistakenly divided by 4. He is saying this number was written like this instead of multiplying by 4, instead of doing this. What is the percentage change in the result due to the mistake? Because of this mistake, what is the percentage change we have got? For this again, my friends, that is compared to this, how much difference I got? I have to get this, but I got this. Compared to this, you have to find divided by 4x. Okay, compared to what? 4x. 4x minus x by 4 into 100. This is your ability to write. So what you can write here? 16x minus x by 16x into 100. If you solve this by factorization, 16x minus x by 16x into 100. If you solve this, this will become x cancel, 15 by 16 into 100. 4 4s, 4 25s. So 25, if you look at this option, 25 into 15. 5 5 25, 12 and 25, 5 7 375. This is equal to how much? 375 divided by 4. 4 9s 36. Okay, 36 you are left with 1. 15 is there. 4 3s are 12. Point. Again 3s are 12 in the sense you are left with 3. Point if you put 30. In 30, 4 7s are 28 is there, and 4 5s are 20 is there. 93.75 will be your answer in this case. So the answer is option D, 93.75. Your again the ability is compared to this, what is the difference? Writing this formula is very important. Such a direct questions you will never expect in UPSC. This is also another simple question, my friend. In an examination, 80% of the students passed in English. See, let's say we have 100% total strength. Of this, 80% passed in English. That means 20% failed in English. Right? If 80% are passed in English, that means 20% failed in English. Na? Next, 70% passed in Hindi. 70% passed in Hindi. That means 30% failed, right? 30% of the total students failed in passed in Hindi. This is English, right? 70% pass in the sense 30% fail, right? That's what he meant to say. And he also said 15% failed in both subjects. See, of this 20, some people also failed in Hindi also. Of these 20 who failed, they also failed in Hindi also. So 15% failed in both subjects. So now you know how many people failed. Let's draw the Venn diagram. This is a Venn diagram showing the failed people in both English and Hindi. In English, how many members failed, my friend? 20. But this region shows people who failed in both subjects. How many people failed in both subjects? 15. In English, how many failed? 20. 15 already gone. Here it is 5. That is, 5 people failed only in English, not in Hindi. So, in Hindi, how many members failed? 30 failed. How much is the common? 15. If you remove 15 from 30, this is 15 is the number of students who failed only in Hindi but not in English. Now, what is the total number of people who failed in only one subject, he asked you? That is only English plus only Hindi. That is 5 plus 15. That is equal to 20% of the people failed. Your answer will be option B in this case. Okay. Next question. Calculation should be fast, my friends. Father said to his son, N years back, I was as old as you now. He's saying N years ago. Let's write like this. Present age of father is F, and N years ago, that is minus N years ago, he was as old as his son. This is S. Age of son at present. Now my present age, that is father's present age, is equal to 4 times your age n years back. Whose age? Son's age minus n. This is what the relationship which is given. If the sum of the present ages of father and son, that is F plus S, is equal to 130, what is the difference of ages, of their ages? That is, they are asking you to find F minus S. This is what they ask you to find. Now let's substitute this F into this equation. That is 4 into S minus N is equal to S. I just substituted. Okay. Now 4S minus 4N minus N is equal to S. Okay. Now, if you see here, 4S minus S is equal to 5N. Okay. 3S is equal to 5N. Then S is equal to how much? 5 by 3 N. This is what you got. Remember this. S and N relationship. Now I will take this S and put it here or here anywhere. I will get what is F. F minus N is equal to 5 by 3 N. Because S is equal to how much? 5 by 3 N, right? Now F is equal to how much? 5 by 3 N plus N, that is equal to 8 by 3 N. This is what? F. This is the age of the father and this is the age of the son. The sum of these two people I have there, 130. F plus S, that is 5 by 3 plus 8 by 3 is 8 by 3 of N is equal to how much? 130. From here I got. I have just taken N as common. This is nothing. 5 by 3 plus 8 by 3. What is 5 plus 8? That is 13 by 3. N is equal to 130. 13 tens 130. N is equal to how much? 30. 3 into 10. If I send this 3 here, N is equal to how much? 30. Done. Now what did they ask you? They asked you F minus S. What is F minus S? That is 8 by 3 minus 5 by 3 of N. That is equal to how much? 8 minus 5 is how much? 3 by 3 of N. That is equal to N itself. 3 by 3 is nothing but 1. What is the value of N? 30. The difference of the ages of father and son is N, which is equal to 30. That answer is option A, which is 30 years. Friends, there is nothing here to explain in this question number 40. That is a direct question. 100 liters is equal to 1 meter cube. Yes. 1 metric ton is equal to 1000. Metric is nothing but 10 to the power of 3. Yes. 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meters square. That is also correct. The answer for this is 1, 2, 3 is correct. Nothing to explain. This is a direct question. Just remember those data. So again we have come to a passage. This is a very small passage. You can see, when an international team of scientists pumped a carbon dioxide and water mix into the underground basaltic rocks and basic chemistry took over. The acidic mixture dissolved rocks, calcium and magnesium and formed limestone. Basically, carbon dioxide converted into stone, exclaimed the scientist. Okay, this talks about how to reduce the climate change or how to sequester your carbon. Simple passage. You can see which of the following statements best reflects the most logical, rational, practical suggestion implied by the passage. What they are implying, what he is trying to tell you, what he is showing you, that is what implies. What is he pointing towards? He is saying you can just take the carbon from the atmosphere and put it into the earth, where you can extract the limestone or you can convert it into the limestone. There is a process to that. It is cheap and practical method to produce limestone at commercial level for building purpose. Nowhere we are talking about building. We are not showing about building. Next, this can be used as one of the methods for carbon sequestration. Yes, that's what he was pointing to. Fellow, see this technology, use this technology, he is saying, but nothing else. The basaltic rock can be made a good source of calcium and magnesium minerals by this method. No. Good rock dissolving acid can be produced by mixing carbon dioxide and water. Nothing, he was pointing with this. These are correct according to the statement. But what he is pointing towards, what he wanted to tell more is option B. Though these statements are correct, that is not what he was pointing. Next passage. Geographers analyzed 175 satellite images of the ocean color, which is an Indian plankton productivity at the surface, and found that gained icebergs responsible for storing about 20% carbon in the Southern Ocean. The researchers discovered that melting water from the gained icebergs, which contain iron and the nutrient, support hitherto unexpectedly high levels of plankton growth. This is a basic environment ecology topic where you have seen the growth of planktons and how the planktons grow, what are the nutrients necessary for the planktons. Okay, climate change initially increases the productivity of the planktons in a short term, but in a long term they are affected very worstly. Now, what are the assumptions made by the writer in this? Gained icebergs have a bearing on the primary productivity and food chains of the Southern Ocean. Yes, obviously he said when gained icebergs which contain carbon and good nitrogen-based nutrients and minerals, they are responsible for increasing the plankton. That's what it is written in the passage. That's what he assumed. That's what he tried to say. Melting of gained icebergs can produce climate change effects and impact worldwide fisheries. Yes, that's what he wanted to say. Plankton is the source of the fisheries. Friends, conclusion, assumptions, implication, imply, all are different. What he has assumed here in this case, the both 1 and A is your answer. Assumption is right here. Next, third passage. Evolution has endowed caterpillars that feed on the corn with a unique ability. They can induce the plant to turn off its defense against insect predators. This helps caterpillars to eat more and grow faster. The agent that causes this effect is the caterpillar's feces or frass. Their find could throw new light on the compounds associated with the plant response to the pathogens like fungi or bacteria. This is also an ecology subject, simple subject. Which of the following statements best reflects the most logical, rational and practical message they convey? What do they want to convey? My friend, climate change has made the caterpillar to evolve, and it has evolved in such a way that it was able to stop the defense system of the corn and it was able to eat it. Why don't you study this defense system? Why don't you develop better systems so that you can induce something else? So let's see. The farmers can use caterpillar feed to weed on the weeds in their crop fields and plantations. One thing. This finding can help in development of clinically useful antimicrobial compounds. Nowhere we spoke about antimicrobial compounds. The finding can help in development of organic, ecologically sustainable pesticides. Yes, we will see it later. Caterpillars can be genetically modified to be predators of other plant pests. We did not talk about genetic modification. That's not the message I wanted to give you in the passage. Here he is asking you message. Yes, based on that knowledge you can say, yes, why not, sir? Why not I can use? Why not I can do? Yes, you are right. But what the question is, he asked you to find what the passage messaged you. The most practical message for you in this passage. Yes, even option 1 is correct. According to you, option 1 is obviously correct. But what he is asking is message, not the fact, not what you are able to infer from the passage. He is not asking you for inference. He is asking you the message from the passage. This message is option C. Option C is obviously correct. Accordingly, they asked you the message. Finding can help. Okay. Now, let's go for the next problem. You can see question number 44. 32 power 5 plus 2 power 27 is divisible by. Simple problem. What is 32, my friends? 32 can be written as 2 power 5. Substitute just this into this. 2 power 5 whole power 5. In place of 32, I have written 2 power 5 plus 2 power 27. This can be written as 2 power 25 plus 2 power 27. Take 2 power 25 common. 2 power 25 taken common. 1 plus 2 square. That is equal to 2 power 25 into 5. Right? 1 plus 2 square is nothing but 1 plus 4. That is 5. This is equal to 2 power 24 into 5 into 2. This is equal to 2 power 24 into 10. This is obviously divisible by what? 10. It is also divisible by 5. It is also divisible by 2. It is also divisible by 10. I am telling you, it is divisible by 2. It is divisible by 5. It is also divisible by 10. Why I have written 10 here? Because there is nowhere 2 or 5 which are given in this answer options. So that's why I had to go till 10. The option is 10. Simply I am repeating. Just write 32 as 2 power 5. You know a power m whole power n is equal to a power m into n. That is 5 into 5, that is 25. Of these two I have taken common as 25. So here I am left with 2 square. Here I am left with only 1. 1 plus 2 square is 5. 2 power 25 into 5. This way you can solve this question. This is also another easy question which you have to remember. Now, let P and Q be positive integers, satisfying that P is less than Q. Okay, P is less than Q. And P plus Q is equal to K. What is the smallest value of K that does not determine P and Q uniquely? Okay, that is, he is saying you P and Q are unique integers. Okay, positive integers. Let's take single positive integers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all this. Now if you observe, P plus Q is equal to K. What is the smallest value of K that does not determine P and Q uniquely is what he has asked you. Okay, now let's see. P is always less than Q, right? Now, let's start putting these options into this. You cannot solve this question directly by any way. By only putting options, you can solve this question. Let's see. Let's say P plus Q is equal to 3. What can you write here? You can write it as 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1. Right? These are the two conditions. But he said, does not determine P and Q uniquely is one condition, and P is less than Q. That is, P should always be less than Q. Here in this case, this will be your right answer and this cannot apply. And I was able to say very uniquely that 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Clearly I was able to say. Clearly. And nowhere 2 to 3 options were available for me in this case. You will understand better when I write the next option. P plus Q is equal to 4 if I write. What are the options I have? What are the options I have? 1 plus 3, 3 plus 1, okay, 2 plus 2. More than this, I don't have any options. And what is the condition? P is less than Q. Where is P is less than Q? Here only P is less than Q. Here and here P is not less than Q. And uniquely I can say P is equal to 1 and Q is equal to 3. If I say that P plus Q is equal to 4, I can uniquely say that P and 3 are there. Now let's check it for P plus Q is equal to 6. What are the possibilities, my friend? 1 plus 5, 2 plus 4, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 2, 5 plus 1. What is the condition? P should always be less than Q. Where all P is less than Q? Only in 2 cases. I will eliminate this. My friends, in all the previous ways, I got 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 and nowhere else I can get 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 because P is less than Q, only this one is possible. But in this case, I have 2 possibilities. That is the condition that unique nature which was possible for these 2 options is not available for 6. So your answer will be option C, which is equal to 5. Oh, I'm sorry, for 5 it is. For 6 also it is not. For 6 it is possible, my friend. 1 plus 5 and 2 plus 4. This inequality is also possible for 6. Not inequality, but P plus Q is equal to 5. Here you can see But they asked you the smallest value, right? Smallest value, for 6 it is possible and 5 also it is possible. I will show you for 5. 1 plus 4, 2 plus 4, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 2 and 4 plus 1. These are the 4 possibilities for you for 5. These 2 though does not satisfy, P is less than Q. These 2 satisfy, and this is not unique. You have 2 possibilities. So that unique value is not possible. They asked you the smallest value. 6 and 5 are satisfying that, but 5 is the smallest one. That's why your answer will be option C for you. Hope you understood. We will see the next question. See this. This is a direction test, very easy. A person walks 100 meters straight from his house. Let's say this is his house. This is his house. From here he walked 100 meters. Okay, length you remember. And turns left. If I am walking like that, this will be my left, and walks 100 meters. Same length I will put here, 100 meters. Okay, and again turns left. If you are walking this way, your left is this way. And walks left 300 meters. This totally is 300 meters. Okay, this is 300 meters till here. And then turns right. If you are going like this, right is this. This is right. And walks 100 meters to reach his office. This is the office. This is office. This is your house. Okay. In which direction does he walk initially from his house if the office is exactly in the northeast direction? See, compared to this house, if I say this angle, if this is northeast, then this will be your north, this will be your east, this will be your west, and this will be your south. If this is northeast, he said northeast. Northeast lie between, see, if you take like this, north, east, west, south. Northeast is this, right? Between north and east. Only between north and east, this northeast is present. So that's why this is east, this is north. If this is north, this should be south. If this is east, this should be your west. Now, what did he ask you? In what direction did he initially walk from his house? He initially walked in which direction? South direction. So your answer will be option C, that is equal to south. We'll see the next question. A person walked 100 meters westwards. So let's say I am here. I am walking west. West is this way. Okay. Draw the diagram on the board at the corner of your paper. North, east, west and south. Okay. Now, he walked 100 meters to the west and took the left turn. If you are walking this way, your left will be this, 100 meters, and took the left turn and walks 100 meters. He then takes, see, I am like this here. My direction is pointing towards this way. I am pointing to you. And then he takes 225 degrees clockwise. See, this straight line is nothing but 180 degrees. Okay, if I am walking like this, if I say this is my 180 degrees plus 45 degrees, this is clockwise direction. See, I am just turning like this. This is me, this is my 90 and this is my 180. That is, I am looking this direction now. Total 180 degrees, I look opposite direction. But I said 225. 225 is nothing but 180 plus 45. That is, again a 45 degrees I have turned. Like this. So now, in which direction am I? What is he asking? In which direction is he walking now? In which direction is he walking now? So see, this is west. This is south. Then this is what? Northeast direction, my friend. This is towards north I am walking. From south I am walking to the north. I am walking towards east. Northeast will be your answer. The answer in this case is I am walking towards the northeast direction. Yeah, next question, statement and conclusion. This is also a very simple question what they have given. India is the world's largest producer of milk. This is the statement. What are the conclusions you can deduce from this? He is saying that India is the world's largest exporter of milk. Nowhere we can say. We said we are the largest producer. How can you say that largest producer is also largest exporter? We cannot say that. And India does not import milk. We cannot even say that India does not import milk. Which one of the following statements is correct? Neither of the conclusion here will satisfy from the first statement. We cannot say that being a largest producer, we are the largest. We are not importing milk. Being the largest producer, we cannot say that we are exporting. Right? These two statements cannot follow. The answer is neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 follows. This is again a problem in math based on few data. Let's see this. What are the values of m and n, where m and n are natural numbers? Statement 1 says that m plus n is greater than mn and m is greater than n. The product of m and n is 24. Here they are asking you to find the exact values of m and n. Can you find the values of m and n, which tells you by just this one condition that m plus n is greater than mn and m is greater than n? There will be many such numbers which satisfy one given relation. Many such numbers in mathematics, they are possible. Okay, with only this one statement I cannot answer. With only this one statement I cannot answer this question. But now see, the product of m and n is 24. He is asking you, find the values of m and n which are natural numbers. One value he is asking you. He is not asking you many values. If he says m into n is equal to 24, okay, this could be what? 2 into 12. This could also be equal to 4 into 3. Sorry, 8 into 3. This can also be equal to 3. 8 into 3. This can also be equal to 4 into 6. Any of these, right? But uniquely I cannot say. But here again he gave a condition. M plus n is greater than mn. If you add m plus n, it should be greater than mn. That is, you can also write 1 into 24. Can you write 1 into 24 for 24? Yes, you can write. M into n. Here m into n is 24. M plus n is what? 1 plus 24. That is equal to 25. 25 is greater than 24 or not? I will repeat this once again. He said m plus n is greater than mn. Just put this. 2 plus 12. That is 14. Is not greater than 2 into 12. That is 24. It's not possible. If you take this. But just once take 1 into 24. Or 24 into 1. Okay, if I put 1 here and 24 here, what is that sum? 25. 1 into 24 is how much? 24. Isn't 25 greater than 24? Yes, I am satisfying this one condition. And here one he said, m is greater than n. So I cannot put 1 at m. Instead I have to put m as 24, n as 1. This is your answer. That m is equal to 24 and n is equal to 1 is your answer. This is what you have to remember. So, by using both the statements only, I was able to find the exact values of m and n, that is 24 and 1. But I am unable to find the values of m and n, unique values of m and n. That's very important. Unique values of m and n I cannot find without these. So with statement 2 alone, I can find values of m and n, but unique values are not able to be found. Unique values only come by utilizing both the statements. So the answer in this case is, utilizing both the statements only you can find the answer, not by using either of the statement. Next question. This is again a very, very simple question. He is given a question and 2 statements. What is the time required to download a software? Friends, the time required to download any software depends upon the speed of your net and the size of your software you are downloading. For example, take a movie. If you want to download a 2 GB movie, it takes more than 2 hours for a slow speed net. It takes less than 10 minutes for a high speed net, right? So it depends upon the speed and the size of the file you are downloading. So let's see what is the statements. The size of the software is 12 megabytes. With just size, can I say I will download this in 1 hour? No. I should know the speed of my net. If my speed is 1 Gbps of net, I can download this 12 MB file in fraction of seconds. So I cannot say what is the time that required for me to download this 12 MB file. Now, if I know the speed of my internet, yes, I know the speed of my internet. But if I don't know the size of my file, still I cannot say the time. Only by using both these statements only I can determine the time. Either of these statements alone cannot give me the time. By knowing the speed and by knowing the memory only, I can say. So even in this case, your answer is option C. That is, question can be answered by using both statements together, but cannot be answered using either statements alone. Okay. Next is a passage. This is also an interesting passage. You can see. Unlike religion and science, poetry does not posit or expect any belief in absolute truths. Those forces or individuals who claim to have absolute truths in their grasp tend to turn dictatorial and tyrannical. Truth usually does not admit any contradictions or imperfections. It is Unitarian. It is therefore not of much use for poetry. Poetry abides by plurality of life and existence. Perhaps poetry follows the reality, which is plural and anachronistic, full of contradictions. Against the tyranny of the truth, poetry remains a partition of democratic reality. Against the arrogance of power, wealth and hierarchy, poetry proposes both humility and defiance. So this passage talks about the comparison between the religion, science and poetry. Okay, and how the poetry works, what are the attributes of the poetry, or they are discussed. Now he is asking you, which of the following statements best reflects the message given by the passage? Let's read the options. It is the poetry, not science or religion, which recognizes and accepts the imperfections in the humans. 1. Truth is revealed through science or religion, and poetry is anathema to the truth. Poetry is romantic, imaginary, and is about feelings, whereas science and religion is about truth. In a world of violence, tyranny and bigotry, poetry is a form of dynamic resistance. My friends, here option C is not correct because it goes against your total thing, because poetry is about truth, what it was said in the whole passage. In the world of violence and tyranny and bigotry, poetry is a form of dynamic resistance. Yes, it is a form of dynamic resistance in such a world. But is it the logical message of the passage? It is one point you have to observe. And it is poetry, not science or religion, which recognizes and accepts the imperfections in the humans. Nowhere we have said that science and religion does not accept the imperfections in the human. Nowhere we discussed. I feel, though in the key they might have given you A, I feel my strong objection here is with respect to option B. Truth is revealed through science or religion, and poetry is anathema to the truth. This is most apt for this answer. You can see, check, we are a bit confused with this passage, but I feel it's option B, some feel it's option A. D is not the exact message what the passage want to convey. It could be either A or B. Okay, you can check with the final key, but I can go with B. Most probably the B will be the answer. Next, this is again a philosophical sort of small essay. The flower was not invented to please us. It flaunted its petals and spread its perfume to attract an insect. The insect carries the pollen from the flower to flower so that the pollen is not carried away by the wind and thus not wasted. What we call a flower's beauty is merely a byproduct and a human invention. The perfume is not there to please us. It pleases us because it is there and we have been conditioned to it. Okay, this is a passage, a small passage which tells us that this nature is not for us. It is there and we are there for it, but they are not created for us. Now, based on the above passage, following assumptions are made. What did the author assume to write this? The author of the passage believes that flowers are the creation of nature's luxury. He's not saying luxury, he's saying flower blossom because the pollens cannot be wasted, so that insect come and take the pollen and attach the pollen to its body and go and pollinate the other plant. It's not luxury, it's basic survival of the plant. Nowhere they are talking about luxury. They are telling plant has its basic survival. It is doing for its survival. So option 1 is obviously wrong. It is not valid. The author of the passage does not believe in the usefulness of the flower except as things of beauty. Does not believe usefulness of the flower. He believes in the usefulness of the flower. He's not telling about that. He's not talking about that anything. Okay, even this option 2 is not correct. These are not the assumptions of the author. So they are asking you which of these statements are valid. So neither of these statements are valid. So answer is neither. That is obviously correct. You can just note down. Now this is another question. My friends, will solve this also. So here you see, hope you can see the question. Now, the question gives you two statements and there is a question. Let's see this. The age of each of P and Q is less than 100 years but more than 10 years. That is 10 less than P or Q, P comma Q, P or Q is less than 100. That is the age of P and Q is between 10 and 100. Now, if you interchange the digits of P, let's say P's age is XY. Then Q's age is what? YX. That is, say P's age is equal to 24, then Q's age is equal to 42. So he was saying this. If you interchange the digits of P, the number represents the age of Q. So how you can write the ages like here? Here you can write it as 10x plus y. That is xy is nothing but 10x plus y, and age of Q is equal to 10y plus x. These are the ages. And this is the one condition what they have given in your statement. Question: what is the difference of their ages? He is asking you what is P minus Q. He is asking you what is the difference between ages of P and Q. Now, the age of P is greater than the age of Q. P is greater than Q. And by using all these statements, can you exactly tell what is P minus Q, my friends? By using P is greater than, P is equal to x comma xy, and Q is equal to yx, and P or Q lies between 10 to 100. You cannot say. There are many possibilities. You cannot say the exact difference between P and Q. So the statement 1 alone cannot help you to solve this. Now let's see the statement 2 alone, stand alone. I'll remove this statement 1. Let's see the statement 2. The sum of their ages is 11 by 6 times the difference. Sum of their ages. That is, what is P plus Q, my friends? That is sum of this, both. P plus Q is equal to 10x plus x is 11 of x plus y plus 10y is 11. So 11 of y plus x. He is saying this sum is equal to 11 by 6 times of their difference. This is equal to 11 by 6 times of what is P minus Q? 10x minus x is 9x, and y minus 10y is minus 9y. X minus y. This is what you get. He is saying this is equal to this. So if you do this, 11 is cancelled, 3 2s, 3 3s. Then what you get? X plus y is equal to 3 by 2 of x minus y. Right? Now if you do this, 2x, I'll write here P minus Q. This is what he asked us to find. Now you see, 2x plus 2y is equal to 3x minus 3y. Then what you get? If you substitute each and everything, if you interchange 2y plus 3y is equal to 3x minus 2x, then what is the relation you get? X is equal to 5y. This is what you get. Then x by y is equal to what? 5 by 1. Then you can say xy. What is xy? X is 5, y is 1. Then p is equal to 51. Then q is equal to 15. And both are satisfying this. When p is 51, it is between 10 and 100. When q is 15, it is between 10 and 100. These are satisfying. That is, alone with statement 2, I can find the answer exactly without even having the help of statement 1. So your answer will be, the question can be solved by using one statement alone, but not by using this statement. With statement 1 I am not able to find. With only statement 2 I am able to find the answer. So the answer for you is option A. The question can be answered by using one statement alone, but cannot be answered by using the other statement will be your answer in this case. So what is the age? 51 and 15 will be your ages. Next question you see. The main statement is followed by the 4 statements labeled P, Q, R, S. Choose the ordered pair for the statement where the first statement implies the second and the 2 statements are logically consistent with the main statement. Main statement, Pradeep becomes either a director or a producer. That is, he cannot become 2. He can be either a producer or a director, but he cannot be both producer and director at 2. This is what the statement. And you see, statement P, Pradeep is a director. Okay, when Pradeep is a director, and statement Q, Pradeep is a producer. Statement R, Pradeep is not a director. Statement S, Pradeep is not a producer. Let's see which of these combinations will help us to satisfy this main statement that says Pradeep is either a director or a producer, but not both. Now let's see the combinations here. SP, what is SP? S says Pradeep is not a producer, Pradeep is a director. This says very clearly that Pradeep is a director. Okay, I accept that SP is correct. Now, next statement, RQ. Pradeep is a producer but not a director. This says that Pradeep is a producer directly, very clearly. But nowhere these 2 statements clearly say that Pradeep is either director or producer. But they say that Pradeep is director clearly or a producer. But they never said either. They are asking you to find such relationship which shows you this statement. Now look at this. Both SP and RQ. That is, Pradeep could be either director or producer is what this statement C clearly shows you. So the answer for this question is option C. Both SP and RQ are the statements which reflected in the main statement. Okay. We'll go for the next question. This is a coding decoding problem, my friends. Very simple problem. A plus B means A minus B. That is nothing but plus means minus. Minus means multiplication. Multiplications means division. Division means addition. This is what it is given. What is the value? You have to just rewrite the value, rewrite the signs and find the value. When you rewrite, what is plus? Minus. What is minus? Into. What is into? Division. What is division? Plus. If I rewrite, this becomes 10 minus 30 into 100 divided by 50 plus 25. If you apply the rules of BODMAS, first what you have to do? Division. That is 100 divided by 50. That is 10 minus 30 into 100 divided by 50 is how much? 2 plus 25. Okay, so this is 10 minus. Next is what? Multiplication. 30 into 2 is 60 plus 25. Next is what? Addition. 25 plus 10 is, that is equal to 35 minus 60. Next is subtraction. Last is subtraction. What is 35 minus 60? Minus 25. So what will be your answer in this case, my friends? Minus 25 is your answer. Direct substitution and applying BODMAS. This is the dead easy problem in the whole paper, I can say you. Okay, next question you see. P means greater than, Q means less than, R means not greater than, and S means not less than, T means equal to. Okay, then consider the following statements. If and then, there are few conditions, don't worry, I'll explain you. 2x, yes, what is yes, my friend, here? Yes means not less than. Yes means what? Not less than. Sorry, 2x is not less than. Not less than, that means greater than or equal to. If it is not less than, then it should be either greater than or equal to, right? Greater than or equal to 3y. Okay, and what did they give? 3x, what is t, my friend? T means equal to, 3x is equal to 4z. Now, what did they give? 9y. P, what is P here? P means greater than. 9y is greater than 8z. They are asking you, based on these two, can you prove this? Based on these two, can you prove this? Now, let's see, what is x is equal to 4 by 3z from this equation, right? 4 by 3z I will get. I will take this 4 by 3z and substitute here, where I will get a relationship between y and z. Now, if I substitute here, 2 into 4 by 3z is greater than or equal to 3y. This becomes 8 by 3z is greater than or equal to 3y. This becomes 8z is greater than or equal to 9y. This shows 9y is less than or equal to 8z. This is what I get. But here you see, it is obviously opposite to what it is given. So, statement 1 is not right. This is not right. Let's see the statement 2, whether they satisfy or not. X, Q, 2y. What is Q means? Less than. X is less than 2y. And next is Y, R, Z. What is R? Not greater than. Not greater than in the sense less than or equal to. Y is less than or equal to Z. They are asking you to find the relationship between X and R. They gave a relation, X is greater than or equal to Z. Okay. Now you see, my friend, this will only happen, this relationship between X and Z greater than or equal to, this equal to symbol will only happen when the relationship between X and Y and Z both have this equal to sign. But here equal to sign is happening only once. When there is no equal to sign once also, then that will not be possible. Even statement 2 will not be possible. He asked you which of the following is or are correct. Then both statements are incorrect. That is, neither 1 nor 2 are correct. Next is a very, very easy question, my friend. In coding and decoding, easy question, you see. What did he do here? In a certain code language, A, B, C, D is equal to 24. E, F, G, H is written as 1680. Then what is the code of I, J, K, L? Here they did nothing. They just gave the place value of these letters according to English alphabet. A is equal to 1. Here you see. What did they do? A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3, D is equal to 4. And they multiplied everything. That is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. That is 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24. So you got your answer. Even with EFGH, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 6 are 5 into 6, 6 into 7, 7 into 8. 5 6 are 30, 7 into 7 into 8. Right? Now if you multiply, 3 7s are 21 into 8. That is 8, 1680. This is equal to how much? 1680. That's what they got. Similar to this, you have to do for IJKL. Okay. I is how much? 9 into 10 into 11 into 12. Right? So what you can write? 990 into 12 I can write. So 990 into 12 is nothing but 9 2s are 18. 919 into again 0, 9 and 9. 0, 8, 18, 1, 11. 11, 11880 should be your answer. So where is 1180 in these options, my friend? Option A is 1180. Nothing. They have written the place value of your alphabet in your English alphabet in the forward direction, and they multiplied those place values to get your answer. So the answer in this case is 1180. Next is another coding decoding problem. This is also a simple problem. POT is written as. Here what did he do is, he just reversed the each word. He has written POT as TOP and initially he added the letter A. Even in this case you see trap. PART he has written and he added a letter A. So apart. Similarly, he is asking you what will be the code of arena. This one. Similarly, what you have to do? You have to write in reverse. A, N, E, R, A and add a letter A before. That is AANERA. A should be your answer. So where is AANERA? AANERA is in option D. So option D is your answer. So let's go for the next question. This is also a very easy question. So here they gave you a star and you're finding you have to find this sequence. Okay, this is a simple problem. In sequence, the first thing is to subtract. The basic thing is to subtract. What is 14 minus 3? 14 minus 3 is equal to 11. 39 minus 14, that is equal to 25. Again, 84 minus 39. See, 84 minus 39. 14 minus 9 is 5. 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. 45. Okay. Similarly, if here there is nothing, right? You have to leave it. Next, 11 minus 25 is how much? 11 minus 25. Sorry, 25 minus 11. That is equal to 4, 14. And here how much it is? 45 minus, is it 39 minus 14 is 25? Right. Now 45 minus 25 is 20. And if you go till down, here it is 6. And beyond this you cannot go. So taking 6 as a base, here also you have to write 6. So this is 26. Similarly, if this is 26, what should be the number here? That is, the difference between two numbers is 26. That is 45 plus 26 you have to write. 45 plus 26 is how much? 1171. Now, 71, 84 plus 71 should be your answer in this case. What is 84 plus 71? 555. 155 is your answer in this case, which is given in your option number B. Okay, 155 is your right answer in this case, my friends. Option B, don't forget to write it. Next question. Here you see, in some code letters, P, Q, R, S, T are represented by 4, 5, 10, 12, 15. It is not known that which letter represents which number. He has not said which letter represents which number. But he has given you some relationship. Here I will zoom in. This is the only part of the question which is important. Here they give you the representation minus T, PR minus T. I will write here T. Okay. Now, he gave you Q minus S equal to 2S and T is equal to R plus S plus 3 and he is asking you to find the value of P plus R minus T. This is what you have to find. Let's find it. Now you see Q is equal to, Q minus S is equal to 2S. Then that means Q is equal to 2S plus S. Then Q is equal to how much? 3S. This is what you got. Now, with this relationship, we have to put some number. If I put S is equal to 4. If I put S is equal to 4, what I will get? Q is equal to 12. If I put S is equal to 4, I will get 12. This is 1. S is equal to 4. If I put S is equal to 4, Q is equal to 12. I will write S is equal to 4, Q is equal to 12. This is one possibility I have. Now, if I put S is equal to 5, 3S. If I put S is equal to 5, I will get Q is equal to 15. At S is equal to 5, I will get Q is equal to 15. Now, if I put S is equal to 10, I will get Q is equal to 30 because 30 is not here. Q should be either 4, 5, 10, 12 or 15. But if I get Q is equal to 30, that is not there. So it is not possible. So these two are the possibilities of S and Q. These are the only possibilities of S and Q. Now, here you see, I have this one. We will substitute these two values into the next equation. What he gave? T is equal to R plus S plus 3. Let's say when S is equal to 4, see, when S is equal to 4, T is equal to R plus 4 plus 3, right? Here, R cannot be 12 because when S is 4, Q is 12. So, I should not put 12. So, 4 is also done because I have put S is equal to 4. So, what could R be? What could R be? So, T is equal to R plus 7. 4 plus 3 is R plus 7. What should I put into the R so that T and R lies in this range? If I put R is equal to 5, 5 plus 7 is equal to how much? 12. But 12 is already taken by Q, right? In this relation, 12 should not come. T12 and Q12 cannot be happening. So, this cannot satisfy me. Or let's say, instead of putting 5, if I put 10, I am getting 17. Do you have 17 here? There is no 17 for T. So, even this is not satisfying. Now, this whole relation saying S is equal to 4 and Q is equal to 12 is wrong for me. Now, let's check with S is equal to 5. Now, then I put T is equal to R plus 5 plus 3. When S is equal to 5, Q is equal to 15. Q, these two are done. Then I'll get T is equal to R plus 8. If I put R is equal to 4. If I put R is equal to 4, T is equal to R plus 8 plus 4, T is equal to 12. Good. If I put R is equal to 4, I am getting T is equal to 12. Fine, because 12 is not taken, because 15 is taken, right? S is equal to 5, Q is equal to 15, T is equal to 12, R is equal to 4, then I am getting the remaining one, 10. This is satisfying me. You can say, sir, why didn't you take 5 and 15 is done? Okay, why didn't you take 10? If I take 10, it becomes 18, right? But 18 is not there. 15 is the maximum thing. Why I can take 10? So now, T is equal to 12, R is equal to 4. Okay, then P is equal to how much? 10. Q is equal to 15 and S is equal to 5. I have got every number and its value. Now, what did they ask me? P plus R minus T. They asked me P plus R minus T. What is P here? 10. Plus R is 4. Minus T is how much? 12. 14 minus 12 is equal to 2 is your answer in this case. What is your answer, my friend? 14 minus 12, that is equal to 2. That is option B is your exact answer. What is your answer? Option B. Okay, we have one more passage. We are almost the end of the session. This passage talks about a conventional classroom. Conventional classrooms, by emphasizing fixed duration over learning effectiveness, resigns themselves to variable outcomes. The tyranny of the classroom is that every learner subjected to the same set of lectures in the same way for the same duration. In the end, a few learners shine and survive, and the rest are left behind. After the fixed duration, the classroom model moves on with not a thought spared for those left behind. This is how we end up with 10% employability in our graduates after a decade and a half of formal education. Repeating the same ineffectual script in the realm of skill education will not produce different results. What is he telling about? In a classroom education, we only focus on the top students. We always do a model like one size fits for all. With this nature of one size fits for all, we cannot change our future, or we cannot produce a difference skill education. In this run, we cannot produce a different output. So what is the questions they are asking you? Which of the following statements best reflects or reflect the most logical and rational inference or inferences that can be made from the passage? Inference is nothing but what the author wants to say with your basic knowledge. You have to also include your own knowledge. In conventional classroom learning, central goal is duration of learning rather than the attainment of competency. Yes. Next, conventional classrooms encourage one size fits for all approach and stamp out all differentiation. Yes. Here, goal is duration of learning rather than the attainment of competency is also right. So both of them are right. Here the answer is both 1 and 2. Let's see one more question in this. Assumption. What made the author to write this passage? What did he thought while writing this passage? What was his stand? As a large number of workers in our country are employed in unorganized sector. Nowhere we spoke about unorganized sector. He did not talk about unorganized sector. When you see that word, remove that. That is invalid. Next, even with its present conventional classroom system education, India produces sufficient number of skilled workers. Here we said 10% is the only pass percentage, right? 10% are only employable. 10% skill. What is the 10%? Is it sufficient for employability? Here it is clearly mentioned. Here we end up with 10% employability. Only skilled get job, right? 10% employability. This statement is also invalid. That they did not assume that. So both the statements are invalid assumptions. That is, D is neither 1 nor 2 is your answer. Next, this is a quote by a famous person, directly from the quote. Here you can see, when a child reaches adolescence, there is an apt to be conflict between the parents and the child, since the latter considers himself to be by now quite capable of managing his own affairs, while the formers are filled with the parental solicitude, which is often a disguise for love of power. Parents consider usually that the various moral problems which arise in the adolescence are peculiarly their province. The options they express, however, are so dogmatic that young seldom confide in them and usually go on their own way in the secret. This passage basically talks about the relationship between a parent and an adolescent. Okay, when the pupil reaches his adolescent age, how his behavior is towards the parent, how parents' behavior is towards his adolescent is the passage. Based on the above passage, following assumptions. What made the author to write? The adolescent does not feel comfortable with his parents because they tend to be dominating and assertive. Might be, let's see. Next, the adolescent of the modern times does not have much respect for the parents. Here, the author did not say that they do not respect their parents. Here, they said they do not respect the ideas of the parents. It's not about the respect of the parents. The option 2 is invalid assumption. The option 1, they do not do this because their ideas are dogmatic and sometimes even they feel dominating. Here the answer, most of the time it could be 1 only, but sometimes it could go neither 1 or 2. So I'm sure it could be 1, whoever has put, but sometimes it might also go with both 1 and 2 also. Okay, which of the following statement best reflects the central idea of the passage? What the author wants to say? The author basically wants to say is, parents, just don't try to force your power on your children. That's what the theme basically was. Parents in general way not to be much helpful when children are on their own way of becoming adults. 1. The children reach adolescent, involvement of parents in their lives is unnecessary. No, he did not want to say don't involve. Not at all involve is not. He said don't overpower yourself onto your children. That's what he wants to say. Nuclear families, he is saying, modern day nuclear families are not capable of bringing up children properly. Nowhere he is talking about nuclear family. That's not his assumption or central idea. In modern societies, adolescents tend to be stubborn, disobedient and careless. Not even this. The exact answer is option A. Parents in general may not be much helpful when they're on their way of becoming adults. Okay, when the children are becoming adults is your answer exactly. Okay, next question, my friends. This is also a very simple question. What is the number of fives in numbering a 260 page book? How many numbers of fives you have? For example, you start from 5. Okay, like page number 1 to 260, how many fives you are having? 1 to 260, when you are numbering, how many times you will see 5? That is the question. Start with 5, next is 15, next is 25, next is 35, 45, and here after 45 it should not go to 55 directly. You will see 5 in 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Okay, and next 5 you will see in 65, 75, 85, 95. Right? Next 5 you will see in 105, 115. Okay, and after 115 you will see it in 125, 135, 145, and from here you will see more fives. 151, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159. Right? After 159, you will see it in 165, 175, 185, 195, and 205, 215, 225. Okay, he is going till 260, right? 225, 235, 245. After 245, you will see in 250, 251, 252, 253, 254, 255, 256, 257, 258, 259. That's it. These are the total number of fives what you can see in numbering pages between 1 to 260. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 55 is 1, 5, 2 fives you have. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56 fives you have in total in numbering page number 1 to 260. Okay, 56. I have written all these numbers so that you can easily find them. But with your knowledge, once you get the total number of numbers between 1 to 100, the same will be the repeating case between 100 to 200, and this is the same is the case between that. So like that also you can find. Try to solve it like that also. It's better to solve it like that. Okay, next question will go. What is the sum of first 28 terms in the following sequence? This is very easy when you put your mind. See here. Look at this. 1, 1, 2. Here 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is asking up till 28 terms. How many terms we have done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many terms we have done till here? 15 terms are done. 15 numbers are done till here. Next number will be what? If you see the order, it is starting with 1 and the highest number. Starting with 1, highest number. Starting with 1, highest number in reverse. Highest to lowest. Similarly here, 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, 3, 2, till 2 only. How many numbers here? 6. Next, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, let's see till 28th term only, na? Here, how many terms are done? 15 terms are done till here. 15 terms, how many till here? 21 terms are done. 21 plus 7. How many terms are done? Total 28 terms till here. If I able to write like this. So now we have to find the sum of all these numbers. Now, it is easy to find the sum of all the numbers when you know the formula. Sum of first n natural numbers, that is n into n plus 1. Here this is sum is, in this case the sum is 1, this is 3, This is how much? N into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, 3 natural numbers, right? N is nothing but 3 into 3 plus 1 by 2, that is 4 by 2, that is 6. Okay, similarly 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. 15 plus 6, 21. 21 plus 7, 28. The sum of these numbers. Now I have to add these numbers together. 21 plus 28 is 49. 49 plus 15 is 54. 54 plus 10 is 64. 64 plus 6 is 70. 70 plus 4 is, sorry, did I make any mistake? Sorry, I'll write here like this. So I might not make mistake. 6 plus 4. I'll write 3 plus 1 I have written like this. 10, 15, 15 plus 15 plus 8, it is going to be 23, 23 plus 1, 24. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 84 is the sum of all the numbers. The answer is 84. Your ability here in this question, my friends, is to see how they are arranged, how the numbers are arranged. Here the numbers are arranged in this way. In this way. And your ability to see this bracketing is very important for you to solve this question. Rather than this, nothing is needed. A person buys 3 articles PQR for 3,330 rupees. If P costs 25% more than R and R costs 20% more than Q, what is the cost of P? They are asking 3 articles together, this is this. Now P is equal to 25% more than R, that is 125 by 100 of R. And R is equal to 20% more than Q. R is equal to 120 by 100 of Q. Now let's find out the relation. P by R is equal to 5 by 4. Now R by Q, if you solve this, 25 4s are 25 5s are. If you solve this, 2 6s are 2 5s are 6 by 5. So this is the basic relation you have here. If I multiply it by 6 and 6 and if I multiply it by 4 and 4, I'll get P by R is equal to 30 by 24 and R by Q is equal to 24 by 20. So I can get the ratio of P is to R is to Q is equal to 30 is to 24 is to 20. Right? This is my ratio. Now what is he asking? What is the cost of P? Okay, this total ratio is equal to 3330. Right? If you add this all, 30 plus 20 is 50, 50 plus 24 is 74 is equal to 3330. 74 into x. If you add this is equal to find x, just subtract or divide x is equal to 3330 by 74. Okay, if you do that, what you will get? Did we do any mistake? P is equal to 30. P by R, 5 6 are 30, 24, 5 4 are 20. Yes, PQR is equal to this. Then what is the cost of P? They are asking you the cost of P. Now, total is 74. P they are asking you. P is how much here? 30. Out of this 3330, total is 74. 40, yeah, 74. 50, 60, 74. Obviously, everything is correct. 5 by 4, 6, 25% more, 20% more, yeah. So if you do this, they are asking you the cost of P, that is if you multiply it by 30, you will get the cost of P. Now if you do this, 2 table, 2 3s are 6, 2 7s are 14, okay, 2 15s, 37 you can see, 37 9s. If you see 37 into 9, 9 3 63, 18 plus 27 plus 3 is 33, yes, 37 9s, 90, okay, then x is equal to 90 into 15, so 90 into 15 is nothing but 1350, so your answer is nothing but 1350 in this case, nothing my friends, your ability is to find this ratio and by using this ratio, you have to do this thing. They are asking you x, that is 30 of 74 they are asking you. 30 of 74 is nothing but 330 divided by 74 into 30. This one you have to write, and by calculating you will get 1370. Next question. The sum of two-digit numbers AB and CD in the three-digit number 1CE, where the ABCDE denote the distinct digits, what is the value of A? Now they are asking you, they are saying AB plus CD is equal to 1CE. They are asking you like this. If you add them both, you are getting like that. Now my friends, you will get 1 here only when it is carried here. Only when it is carried here. Okay, only when you are carrying you will get 1. Now when you will get carry, so that here A plus C is equal to 1C. A plus C is nothing but you have to get 1C. 1 should be carried and C should be retained. When will this happen? When will this happen? This 1C can be written as A plus C is equal to 10 plus C. Isn't it? 10 plus C. Okay, this 10 will only happen because A is a single number. Here you see AB where A is a single number but A cannot be 10. A cannot be 10. The maximum that A can be, so that 1 is carried to the other side is what? 9. Is what? 9. So that's why the answer in this case is 9, my friends. So that's also an important question. Yeah, we'll do the next question. Almost done. So next question. 3 numbers x, y, z are selected from a set of first 7 natural numbers. What are the set of first natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we are selecting 3 numbers, that is x, y, z, such that x is greater than 2y is greater than 3z. Okay, this should be satisfied. X is greater than 2y greater than 3z. Okay, let's take x the highest value. Let's start it from 7. When I write x is equal to 7, and can I take y is equal to 3? Okay, if I take y is equal to 3 and x equal to 2, they both are equal. Sorry, this is z. And z equal to 2, it is not possible. Let me take y equal to 6. Then it becomes 2 into 6, 12. That is not possible. If I take y is equal to 4, 8. That is also not possible. If I take y is equal to 3, yes, 2 into 3 is 6. Y is equal to 3, I can say 6. Greater than. So z I can't put 2. 3 2s are 6, that becomes equal. So z is, what I can put is 3 into 1. This is one relation I will get. Okay, next, y is equal to 3, z equal to 1. In such a way, how many such numbers I can make, I should check. Next, with 7, if I put y is equal to 2, y is equal to 2, then I will get 2 into 2 greater than 3 into 1. Z I will put it as 1 only. 7 greater than 4 greater than 3. Yes, I am happy. 2 relations I have got which are satisfying the given. Now I will take x as 6. I will take x as 6. If I take x as 6, can I take y 4? That is 2. Yes. Y is equal to 4. That is, if I take y is equal to 2, I will get 4. And if I take z, same, satisfied. Is this satisfied very clearly? Right? Next. Again with 6, can I make anything else? Anything else? If I put y is equal to 2 again. 2 is done. Y is equal to 1, can I put? 2. And z is equal to something? No, it is not possible. What are the other cases? Like this, you have made 2 pairs, right? 6, 7, 6, 3, 7, 4, 3. Now with 6, these are the possible things. Now let me make with 5. Can I make with 5? 5 greater than. If I put y is equal to 2, I will get 4. And z is equal to 3, I will get, z equal to 1, I will get 3. Only 4 such pairs I am able to form by using this. By using these numbers and this, only 4 such pairs are there. Only 4 triplets are formed. So your answer is 4 triplets. 7 greater than 6 greater than 3, 7 greater than 4 greater than 3, 6 greater than 4 greater than 3, 5 greater than 4 greater than 3. Because if I put 4 here z minimum to minimum is 4. That will become equal. So that's why I can't form. Minimum value of z is 1. More than that, if I take this equation is not satisfied. So that's why the answer is 4 here. Next, this is also another easy question. Here you see the total cost of 4 oranges, 6 mangoes and 8 apples. I will write as 4 oranges plus 6 mangoes plus 8 apples is equal to twice the total cost of 2 times of 1 orange, 2 mango, 1 orange, 2 mango plus 5 apples. So if you write like this, okay, now just solve this equation. Let's solve this equation. 4O plus 6M plus 8A is equal to 2O plus 4M plus 5A. 10A, sorry. 2 into 5, right? 10A. If you multiply everything, you will get that one. If you see, subtract this 2O. 4O minus 2O is 2O. 6M minus 4M is 2M. This is equal to, if I send 8A there, 2A. 2 is common. I will get O plus M. Oranges plus mango price is equal to the price of the apple. This is what the equation I will get. This is you have to know. Now let's see. The total cost of 3 oranges, 5 mangoes and 9 apples is equal to the total cost of 4 oranges, 6 mangoes and 8 apples. Let's check is it correct or not. Just remember this. I am erasing all. What is the relation I have got from the given statement? From the given statement, what is the relation? O plus M is equal to A. Now we will use this statement to find whether what he has given is right or wrong. He is saying 3O plus 5M plus 9A is equal to 4O plus 6M plus 8A. Now let's substitute A is equal to O plus M in both sides. When I write A is equal to O plus M, 3O plus 5M plus 9 of O plus M. Then that becomes 3 plus 9, 12O plus 5 plus 9 is equal to 14M. This is what I got on the LHS side. Now same thing I will do on the RHS side. This is equal to 4O plus 6M. This is O, my friends. Remember, plus 8O, because A is equal to what? O plus M plus 8M. This is equal to what? 4 plus 8 is 12O plus 6 plus 8 is 14M. You see, LHS 12 plus O plus 14M, 12O plus 14M RHS. Isn't LHS and RHS same, my friends? So as LHS and RHS are same, the statement 1 is absolutely correct. Now let's check the statement 2. The total cost of 1 orange and 1 mango is equal to the cost of apple. Total cost of 1 orange and 1 mango is equal to the 1 apple. That's what we got. So both the statements are correct. What did he ask you here? Which of the following statements are correct? Both the statements are correct in this case. So we are coming to the end of this session. Okay, passage. In a robust democracy, reality, however inconvenient, it may be find its expression both in the speeches of political leaders and other social forms of assertion. The existence of the real has to be transparent, both through its circulation in and by the media as well as its argumentative articulation in deliberative democracy. A normative responsible media through its communication effects has responsibility to circulate the content of reality without distortion. This passage basically talks about media and the politicians and their speech and etc. Let's see what the questions they are asking you. Which one of the following statements best reflects the crux? What exactly the passage wants to say? Responsible media should not distort the real in an ideal democracy. 1. Fake news seems inherent in the life of ideal democracy. 2. There should not be any kind of restrictions on the freedom of expression in an ideal democracy. Irresponsible media and political leaders cannot be effectively controlled in an ideal democracy. Friends, here we never spoke about freedom of expression. Here this is irrelevant. And fake news is inherent in the life of ideal democracy is also irrelevant. The most apt answer for this is responsible media should not distort real in an ideal democracy. That's what the passage was mostly speaking about. Next is a passage with respect to Internet of Things. Nowadays, there is a growing trend to use interconnected home devices. As consumers increasingly network their homes, the connected home devices manufacturers and service providers will seek to overcome thin profit margins by gathering more of the personal data with or without our agreement, turning the home into the corporate storefront. Corporate marketers will have powerful incentives to observe the consumer behaviors to understand the buying needs and preferences of the device owners. So this is basically talking about Internet of Things, how these people gather our data and sell it to the corporate entities, which will be able to manufacture based on the preferences of us. Okay. Now, what is the most logical, rational, practical message implied by the passage? What is the major implied message? Knowledge of consumer behavior leads to more capital expenditure in the marketing sector. Knowledge of consumer behavior stimulates the growth of commerce and trade and thus helps in overall economic development of the country. We did not spoke about economic development. Interconnected devices give a lot of comfort to the home users and improve overall quality. Yes, but is it the crux of the passage? It's not the crux. It's not what the author wants to tell you. Next, interconnected devices can be security risk and home users may be at privacy risk. Is the most apt for this. So you can go with this question answer option D. Next is another passage. Green growth involves rethinking growth strategies with regard to the impacts of environmental sustainability and environmental resources available. Here we are talking about sustainable development and green growth. Okay, resources available to the poor and vulnerable groups. In rethinking growth, we need to focus on the current reality of resource constrained world. Resource intensity and in particular energy intensity, intensive processes will need to make way for more efficient and resource frugal development strategies. If we are to avoid an economic dead end or world in which only small elite is able to enjoy affluent in the midst of the sea of poverty. Here they are talking about sustainable development, distribution of resources among the poor and etc. in this passage. Okay, now you see what is the crux of the above passage. Simply what they want to say. Environmental sustainability is inimical to our objective of achieving high rate of GDP growth. Nowhere we are talking about GDP growth. That is wrong. Poverty eradication is not possible without rapid economic growth and consequent environment degradation. No, that is not even we are talking about. Maintaining high environmental standard is now a prerequisite for achieving study sufficient inclusive goal. This is also against the passage. The answer will be with large population, rampant poverty and limited resources today, world environmental degradation cannot be prevented and inequalities are inevitable. That is what the passage is about. Okay, so we are almost to the end of this session, my friend. Two more questions are there. So what is the unique values of x and y, where x and y are distinct natural numbers? They are saying unique values of x and y. They are given two statements. By using these two statements, by using any one of these or two statements, can you answer this? He is saying x by y is odd. X by y is odd. There are so many such numbers, right? I can say 6 by 2. 6 by 2 is equal to 3. That is odd. And 12 by 4. If 12 by 4, natural number x can be 12 also. Why not? 4 3s are 12. 3. It could be anything. If x by y is odd, it could be any number. It can go like that. Okay. So only this number cannot tell me distinct natural numbers, exact natural numbers. So, okay, I can use this. And he has given me xy is equal to 12. So, if x into y is equal to 12, what are all the possibilities? 2 6s are 12, 4 3s are 12, 3 4s are 12, 6 2s are 12. These are the four possibilities of x and y. He said x by y is equal to odd. So 4 by 3 and 3 by 4 I will eliminate. 6 by 2, where x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 2, that is equal to 3, that is odd. Only by using both statement 1 and 2, I was able to say x is 6 and y is z exactly. So here the answer is, question can be answered by using both the statements together, but not by one statement alone. Because if I use statement 2 alone, I am getting 4 options. It's not distinctive. I can say x is equal to 2, I can say x is equal to 6, I can say x is equal to 4, I can say x is equal to 3. Such a many options I have for me to pair. Okay, so the answer here is, question can be answered only by using both the statements. Even look at this question, you have two statements. A certain amount was distributed among 3 people x, y, z. Who received the least amount? They are asking you, among these, who has received the least amount? Statement 1. X received 4 by 5 of y. So that is x is equal to 4 by 5 y, and z, y plus z. Of what y plus z received? Now from this, can you say who got the highest? Let's say 5x is equal to 4y plus 4z. This is what it is given. So he is asking who received the least amount. I can say x might have received the highest, but he is asking the least. I cannot say from this statement alone. Yes, y received 2/7 of x and z together. So now y is equal to 2 by 7 of x and z. Yes, by using two relations, then what I will get? 7y is equal to 2x plus 2z. By solving these two relations, I will get who is the least for sure and for guarantee. Okay, so for this you need both the statements for you to solve, my friends, this answer. Next question, 76. Here, if the average marks in a class are 60, so he is saying average marks. What is the average? Sum by number. Sum of observations by number of observations. Average is 60. What is the number of students in the class? Sum of observations by number. He is asking you this number. So let's see. The highest marks in a class are 70 and lowest marks is 50. That is, I just understood the 2 people marks. Can I say the total number? Can I say 60 is equal to 70 plus 50 plus sum of other divided by total number of people? Can I say the number of people by this formula? I am not able to determine it. I am unable to determine it. So statement 1 alone will not be helping you. Exclusion of the highest and lowest marks. If I remove these two, the average does not change. If I subtract these two from the sum, that is 60 is equal to sum minus 70 minus 50 by number of students minus 2, that is equal to again 60. If I exclude these two students, the highest and lowest marks, the average is not changing. Even by using both the statements or using one statement alone also, you cannot find, because at least one variable should be available for me. Here there are 2 variables which are not available. 2 is very difficult to solve and you will not get that. Okay, here the answer is neither of the statements can show you the solution. Okay, see this question. There are 3 distinct prime numbers whose sum is a prime number. Okay, what are the prime numbers starting from? 2, 3, 7, so 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. Let's take the prime numbers. So there are 3 distinct prime numbers whose sum is also a prime number. Let's see. Here 2 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 10. That is an even number, not a prime number. Here again it is not a prime number. So they are telling you there are 3 numbers whose sum is equal to prime number. Their sum is less than 23. Let's see. Let's add this. 11 plus 7 is 18. 18 plus 5 is equal to 23, which is a prime number. Yes, sum of these 3 is a prime number. So their sum is less than 23. Never could be less than 23. Sum of 3 prime numbers. The least sum of 3 prime numbers which forms a prime number is 23 only, and the sum cannot be 23. Okay, next, one of the number is 5. If one of the number is 5, to form a prime number, this becomes 15, that's not prime. If one number is 5, then 7 plus 11 is obviously your answer. So by using this one statement alone, you can find the answer, but not by the statement 1. So your answer can be, the question can be answered by using one statement alone, but cannot be answered by using other statement. You can answer by statement 2, but not by statement 1. Hope you understood. 5 plus 7 plus 11 is 23, but number cannot be less than 23. That is the least sum of prime numbers you can form a prime number. The question given here, you can see there is another question. Is x plus y is an integer? They are asking you, is x plus y is an integer? Where 2x plus y is an integer. Integer is nothing but -1, -2, -3, -7, 1, 2, 3, 4. They cannot be like 1.25, 1.30. This is not possible in integers. Integers should be like this. Now you see, if I take x is equal to 0.5, this is not an integer. This is a rational number. That is 1 by 2. Then what it happens? 2 into 1 by 2 plus y. That 1 by y is equal to, I will take 3. In this case, I can say, or I will also say y is equal to 3. If I say, then what it becomes? Or y is equal to 2, you say. What it becomes? 2 plus 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. In this case, what it will become? Same way, if you say 1 by 2 plus 2, if you interchange y and z here, that is x equal to 2 and y is equal to 0.5, 2 into 1 by 2, this is also integer. But in this case, you see my friend, there is no surety that by this becoming an integer, that is x equal to 0.5, if I take x is equal to 0.5 and y is equal to 2 here, if I substitute it here, this becomes 2.5, which is not an integer. So this is not satisfying me. Even in this case, if I reverse the numbers, this is also not satisfying. By either of these two statements, I cannot say that x plus y is an integer. So that answer is option D. So we'll see the last two questions directly. So a question is given by the two statements. A person buys 3 articles for rupees 50. That is P plus Q plus R he has given is equal to 50. For 50 rupees he got 3 articles. The price of article Q is 16. This is 16. What is the least? Which is the least? This is the least price he got. What is the price of article P? He is asking you the price of article P. The cost of P is not more than that of R. That is saying that P is less than or equal to R. What he said is, the cost of R is not more than that of P. That is, R is greater than or R is less than or equal to P. This is what they have given. That shows P plus R is equal to Q. This shows P is equal to R. The relation shows that P is equal to R. Then you can write 2P is equal to 50 minus 16. 2P is equal to 34. P is equal to 17. That is, P and R are equal to 17. You can find the price of P and R only and only if you know or use both statements. So your answer will be what? Question can be answered by using both statements alone, but not by using either one statement. Last question, my friend. P plus Q plus R appear in the test. P scored more marks than Q. He is saying P is greater than Q. Statement 1. The sum of marks scored by P and Q is equal to the sum of marks scored by R and S. P plus Q is equal to R plus S. Can you say from this that has P scored greater than Q? Can you directly say that P is greater than Q? Can you prove this? No. By this one statement, I cannot prove anything, or I cannot prove that P is greater than Q. Second statement, the sum of marks scored by P plus S. P plus S is more than the sum of marks scored by QR. Q plus R. This is what it is given. From this I can say that P is greater than R? I can only say P is greater than R when S is equal to R. That is not established in this. That is nowhere established in this. But let's try to find this P greater than Q. Okay, now if I substitute in place here, if I substitute any of this R plus S or R equal to P plus Q, if I say R equal to P plus Q minus S, Q plus P plus Q minus S, P plus S. Okay, now if I send this 2S, P plus 2S is greater than 2Q plus P. P and P cancel, S is greater than Q. I can establish S is greater than Q, but I am unable to establish P is greater than Q. So either using both of these statements also, I am not able to answer this question. That's why the answer in this case is, the question cannot be answered by using statements together. So here is the end of this session. So we'll meet with the next classes. Thank you.